Yo, what's going on, brother? Talk to me. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. So I'm just going to just get out there right now, man. I'm saying? I hear a lot of people talk about LeBron James. We're not going to do that no more. We're not going to do that no more. I'm here right now to pronounce it. Do not mention LeBron James' name whatsoever. The disrespect has to stop for LeBron.
Well, hold on. What disrespect are you hearing?
I've been hearing a lot of chatter, man, about LeBron James, man.
Like
we know exactly. We know exactly
the truth.
No truth at all. Straight hate. And we know exactly who we're talking about. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about too.
Oh,
yes, sir. Stop hating on LeBron James.
Okay.
I don't want to have to. You know what I'm saying? If I put the name on it, you know what I'm saying? Stop hating on LeBron James. Don't bring his name up whatsoever. No more.
All right. And the person who you're talking about knows that you're talking about them.
No, they probably don't. But they probably do because they be on this show all the time. But yeah. Y'all know who I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not this guy.
It's not that guy. No.
And it's not this guy.
It's not that guy. No.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
The guy who you might be talking about, he's probably ducking or something.
He's not. Yeah. He didn't show up today. Yeah, but hey, if you mention LeBron James, we mention LeBron James. You know LeBron James the GOAT. He's the best player of all time. We ain't gonna have no disrespect on LeBron James no more. He had the best year 21 season ever, and that's how we're gonna keep it. He's the best year 21 player we ever seen, and that's how we're gonna keep it. So if you got any type of disrespect for LeBron James, watch your mouth, because I am here. Now let's get to the playoffs, man.
¿Dónde está Boleto? Boleto? ¿Dónde? All right. Showdown, what's going on?
Moss Blackman, Dion, Swiper, my new best friend. What's up, brother?
Hello.
Can't hear you, y'all. Can't hear you.
Swipe is muted. He doesn't know.
News. That's news to me. I didn't realize it was new. It's lifelong.
I'm sorry.
In case you guys don't know, we usually have a typical Tuesday lineup, but we had to get Josh Giddey off the floor and get Swiping in here.
Get Giddey off. He killing us. Giddey killing us.
What's up, Swiper? How you living today?
Man, I'm living, man. I didn't have a staff meeting today for whatever reason, so I had a little bit of extra time in my day. So I want to come say what's up to my fellas.
Come through. Word.
Okay.
Let's do it.
What's going on, Mars?
It's a wonderful day. I'm very happy.
Mars, I feel like when I'm watching Oklahoma City, what it reminded me of, that game last night in particular, it reminded me of the 2011 finals with Dirk Nowitzki. Like, everybody thinks Dirk Nowitzki was awesome in those finals. He wasn't. He was good. But Dallas was good enough to keep games close, and he closed them. And that's kind of how I felt last night with Oklahoma City, where Shea was, as awesome as Shea was, just keep it close, I'll end it. Keep it close, and I'll end it. I'm not on the fence about this, Mars. I feel like Luka is slowing them down. I feel like they're stallions, and they want to get out and run, but they can't because Luka isn't mobile enough, right? Luka isn't mobile enough for them to get up and down the floor like they want. They've played with a top, like right outside the top 5. They've played with that kind of pace all year long, but they can't play like that because Luka is hobbled. You see what he is in transition. Just on the, I won't even mention on the defensive end, but just on the offensive end, he just doesn't seem like he can get up and down the floor. It looks like Derrick Jones Jr. wants to get out and run. It looks like Gafford wants to get out and run. All of those guys, it look like they want to get out and run, but they can't because Luka can't run. And I feel like he's slowing them down. I still like Dallas in this series because I still feel like in the half court, I still feel like Dallas can do more. And I just feel like they can do more with Luka in the half court. They got to make free throws. We all know that. But I feel like he's slowing them down in transition. If he was a little healthier and they could play faster, this series would have been over.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, the Dallas Mavericks, they have Kyrie Irving with no LeBron James. So let's be real honest. Let's be real. That's the reason I don't have the Dallas Mavericks going to the next round, because Kyrie Irving has proved once again, over and over again, that he can't get it done. So we're not gonna sit here and act like Kyrie Irving and Luka's the problem. It's Luka and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving decides when to dibble and dabble inside the game and when to take over instead of taking over all 4 quarters. He should be aggressive the entire game. So it's not all just on Luka.
So you think Kyrie's too good to take plays off? That's what you're saying? Quarters off?
If he's that good, I need it first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I understand that he's trying to not step on Luka's shoes, but this is the playoffs. So I need my best scorer to be the best. And if Kyrie Irving has that good of an offensive skill set, we need that all 4 quarters.
He was outplaying Luka though the first round.
This round too.
Is Kyrie still, after last night's game, is he still ahead of Luka?
Well, Ron, why are we going game by game? I mean, is that what we're doing? Like, so every game it changes. Is Kyrie Irving a better player than Luka? Yes or no? I don't think he is.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I don't think Kyrie Irving is a better player than Luka. I think he's a better ball handler. I think that he may be better finishing at the rim, but I think Luka does all the other stuff, with the exception of defense. We all know how bad Luka is as a defender. But when I talk about when I talk about Kyrie Irving, why are we going game to game? I mean, Luka has done what he's done all season. And not only has he done what he's done all season, Luka is a playoff performer. The reason why he's doing what he's doing right now, because he's hobbled. But he's still effective. I can't just go off of Luka being hobbled and go, well, Irv is better than him. No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not.
I mean,
he can play better. I won't say that, Ron. You can play better than somebody in a particular stretch, but I'm not going that far as that, Luka, Kyrie Irving is better than Luka. No, I ain't doing that.
No, I'm not saying Kyrie Irving's better than Luka. I'm just saying Kyrie Irving decides to be the guy, then he decides not to be the guy. And at that point, you know what I'm saying, it's just never going to work. Like Kyrie Irving, bro, when he played LeBron James, all 4 quarters for the most part, he still was a good offensive player. Sometimes he'll go stand in the corner with Dallas. You know what I'm saying? He's trying not to step on. He's trying not to step on his shoes a lot. So that's going to be the problem for them. That's why they're going to lose this series. SGA, the OKC Thunder, man, they got a head honcho. You know, so they got defenders. They got way better defenders than the Dallas Mavericks. And you know, I honestly trust in SGA more. SGA has played better than Luka this entire series. I mean, on the offensive end and clearly on the defensive end too. He's more efficient in everything. So I just feel like the Dallas Mavericks don't have enough. And if they do get past this round, they're going to get smoked next round. So they don't. Kyrie Irving or LeBron James can't get it done, and he would never get it done. It's that simple.
So who do you have in this series?
Ooh,
for those who don't know, it's tied up 2-2. OKC won last night, 100-96. They pulled off a nail biter, if you will, and SGA balled out. Luke and Kyrie, not so much. PJ Washington, he's continuing his hot streak though. But you said you have OKC in how much?
I got OKC in Game 7.
Ron, is it a hot streak that we talking about as opposed to they making a conscious effort to leave him open? And don't get me wrong, they did close out a couple times last night on PJ Washington. But at that point, he had already gotten it going. I think he was 4 for 8 or 5 for 9 on the long ball last night, something like that. And of those 9 threes he took, I think 6 of them were wide open. I think 6 of them were wide open.
Chill. PJ Washington averages 12 points on the season.
Correct.
He scored 29, 27, and 21 in the last 3 games.
Right.
He averages 5 rebounds on the season.
Right.
He had 11 rebounds, 6 rebounds, and 12 rebounds. Mars alluded to it. What he's shooting in the playoffs. Just from the 3. He shot 63% the 29-point game, 41% the 27-point game, and 45% last night. He's on a heater right now.
I won't argue. I won't argue that he's got it going. However, he is playing with a better player. That's number one. Number two, they're consistently leaving him open. With them consistently leaving him open, he's not getting the same shots in Dallas that he was getting. He's not getting the same shots in Charlotte that he's getting in Dallas. That's not going on.
But chill though, he's been playing with them for half the season.
Right, half the season.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't. We didn't see this PJ Washington when he got over to the Mavericks. He did. To me, he did look better. Right. But so with Charlotte earlier this year, he averaged 13.6. With Dallas, he actually averaged less. He averaged 11.7.
It was an adjustment period. That always happens when you get traded and you get on a crew. I think what you arguing, Ron, is that he on a hot streak. I feel like I don't think he can shoot the basketball at a 45 or 50% clip. I'm not going to argue that. But I think that he can shoot the basketball at a respectable rate where it's close, especially wide open. If you can hit 40% of your wide open threes, 50% of your wide open threes, I think you cause a lot of trouble. And I think that's why he's been causing as much trouble in this series as he's been causing, off the strength that they make a conscious effort to leave him wide open. Now they're at a point where he's got it going, so they can't really turn that water off, so to speak. This is the position that they're in now.
Chill. If he keeps this up, like let's just say he kept this up until his next contract, PJ will be on his way to a max contract.
I'm not gonna go that far, Ron. We're not
shooting 45% from three.
No.
Shooting 45% from three.
He's overperforming.
What did you say? Did I hear a max contract?
I didn't say a super max. I didn't say a Luka max. He would be on an MPJ type max.
$50, $45 million.
He would be on a Michael Porter Jr. type max contract.
No, he will not.
Why? If he shoots 45% from three and scores 20 points per game,
you're not going to rely on a small sample size. So let me ask you this.
I said if he did this, up until his next contract. I didn't say if he did this for the rest of the playoffs. I didn't say if he did it in the preseason.
Impossible.
He just signed a new deal. So you're talking about years down the road. If he's a 20-8 or 22-8 on 45% from three, hypothetically, 50% from the field, hypothetically, 80% from the line, hypothetically, yeah, sure. I'm sure he'll be a max contract person based off of a 7-game sample size if you extrapolate that for an entire 4 years. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, for sure. He'll be a max contract. He'll be an all-star. He'll be an all-NBA player.
The point I'm trying to make is he's playing that good right now.
I mean, it's on a heater.
Couple of games, man. I'm not convincing that, man. If the Dallas Mavericks are relying on him to show up, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't expect him to have a good game next game either. The Dallas Mavericks, man, they got a lot of holes in their games, and it's getting exposed.
Oh, wait a minute, Dion. Rewind.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah.
Wait, rewind for a second. Rewind.
Yeah, what's up, OG? Yeah, go ahead.
If the Dallas Mavericks, why aren't they relying on him? He's a starter, number one. Number two, he can shoot the basketball. Number three, he's a defender. Of course, they're relying on him. Why shouldn't they be relying on him? Are you talking about them relying on him like somebody would rely on
getting 25 plus?
No, they're not. No, they're not relying on him like that. But continue.
That's what they need for them to win the game. I mean, PJs have to score 25 points plus for them to even be in the game. So I mean, that's what they're going to have to rely on for them to be competitive. OKC, the way the way their team is ran, it's more of an oil machine. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rely on like multiple players going at it. You know what I'm saying? They have defense, and then also SGA it's gonna show up every single time. And then Dirk, he's gonna play defense. So it's multiple players on the team.
How much does it matter that Luka's clearly not 100%?
I mean, it matters, but he's playing, right?
I don't understand what that means. If SGA was also hurt at the end of the year, last 15 games, he wasn't the same player, wasn't he?
I understand that. I get a benefit of doubt, but he's playing, so he's on the floor. So he's playing 30 plus minutes.
But you're
he's on the
saying
floor.
that they can't win unless PJ is going off for crazy numbers. I'm saying that the subsequent reason for that is because Luka is also not 100%. So if he was healthy, then obviously the team would function differently. Even the pull-up shooting would be different, which is what he relied on.
But that's if I'm talking about at this moment for them to get past to the next round, they're gonna have to have their role players step up more because, like you just said, Luka is injured. So yes, he's going to obviously have to have PJ score 20 plus for them to even be competitive, and that's not going to happen. We're not going to see PJ score 25 plus points in this series again.
Again, one time.
Again?
Is that a bet?
It's not going to happen.
Making a bet? Are you making
not going to happen?
Well, first of all, I think that you go. Are you going off this specific series? Because throughout the playoffs, he hasn't scored that much, but they still won games. Like against the Clippers, I mean, he had a 10-point game and they won. Right.
Well, the Clippers are frauds. I'm talking about for this series.
Yeah, 10.8.
OKC is a better team. Yeah, OKC. Yeah, they're a better team. They're the number one seed for a reason.
That's not all that we're okay.
For this series,
but he's playing better versus OKC and a better defense than he did versus the Clippers, though.
He's playing above what he should be. I don't expect him to keep playing as well, but we go see.
So well, why wouldn't he? I'm sorry, Swipe.
Well, I was just gonna say, is that because OKC's defense is worse than the Clippers? Is that how that works?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just think some players perform a little bit better in different situations. So, like I say, he's overperforming. You can have a good game. These are NBA players. They're going to have a good game here and there. But do I think he's going to continue to play like that for the rest of the series? Absolutely not. If the Mavericks are relying on PJ to be the player to score for them and for them to win the game, they're losing this series. It's that simple.
I think what the divide is you missing how they're playing PJ Washington. They're playing PJ Washington for him to shoot, and it's been working. Last night, it wasn't because PJ Washington didn't do his job. The Dallas Mavericks couldn't make free throws, and they couldn't get stops at the end of the game. That was the biggest problem that they had. It was not because PJ Washington didn't do his job. They're consciously leaving him open, and he's knocking down open shots. That's part of it. So they're not relying on him solely, but they are relying on him to knock down open shots, which he's doing. Now, if you get stops, timely stops, like they could have done last night, if you could have done that and make free throws, I think they shot 50% at the stripe. Luka had an opportunity to tie the game up, and he went to the free throw line and missed free throws. So that kind of stuff matters. In addition to what they're already doing, that stuff matters. But I'm not going to say they're relying on PJ Washington to average 25. No, they're relying on him to knock down open shots, and he's doing that.
Right. Yo, but he's not going to continue to do that. It's not.
Yo, Mars, can you tell me what you seen last night? Can I get your finest breakdown of last night's game? I know you were happy when the game ended, but can you walk me through what happened throughout the game on and off the show?
First, I have to announce that I made an agreement with the OKC fandom that I have to renounce my OKC fanness.
Here we go.
Because every time I vocalize my support, they lose.
Right.
So I will be supporting from a distance. For the greater good of the Oklahoma City Thunder. But
Mars, before we go any further, do you understand what that means? That means that either you get in with us or you get out. That's what that means.
What's been agreed upon is I'm in the building,
no,
but I'm
Mars,
hiding
no.
in I'm the storage unit right now.
That's not how that works, bro.
No.
It's been agreed.
That's not how that works,
It's been agreed. I don't care about you guys.
That's not how that works,
the
bro.
OKC fans.
That's not how that
The
works.
OKC fans have agreed that it's for the greater good of OKC success if I don't vocalize my support.
Mars, they got you cooped up in the attic?
I'm willingly in the attic.
Okay.
I'm willingly in the attic. I'm doing what it takes to win the games. So I will just
even though Mars is actively involved with somebody else right now, by the way. Let's make sure we clear on that.
Well, you got the Houston Rockets. Who else?
He's actively involved.
That's cool. That's cool.
He still talks with the Golden State Warriors every now and then. They send each other. They send each other heartfelt texts. I miss you text.
Are you involved in that
goes.
at all, Mars?
No.
Are you picking up at all? Has that ended?
Block the number. The number's been blocked. So that's
okay.
We good. But I think OKC. I mean, the biggest thing is free throws. Like we can dissect the X's and O's all we want. Free throws. If OKC don't make their free throws, if Dallas do make their free throws, the game's different. It's really that simple for that game. It's Dallas, it was in their control. They couldn't make free throws. But everything else, Josh Giddey's still playing. I don't know why. The minutes are going down. He played like 10 minutes, so progress, but probably shouldn't be playing anymore. But I really like that in the second half. I think they made it more difficult to hit those open shooters in the second half.
Okay.
I think you got to be able to stay in front of Luka. They did a better job of that. I think they were trying to funnel him to his right, so he can't get to his little step back going left. They funneled him to his right. They stay in front, and then they're playing the gaps on the skip passes that they weren't doing before. So now Luka's jumping in the air, and he doesn't really have an outlet, and he starts turning the ball over because OKC are actually not guarding the three, but they're making it difficult to get the ball to the open shooters. So I think that's a good thing that they did. I think that comes with them being more mobile on defense because they took off someone off the court. But those things, and then also Chet's making it borderline impossible for Dallas to score at the rim. Like that's what he's doing. He's shutting off the rim. He is. People questions his physicality. Can he match them? Can he match it in the playoffs against Daniel Gafford and Lively and Valanciunas and everyone? Chet Holmgren has changed this series defensively. Now, offensively, last night was cool, but over the course of the series, hasn't been great. But defensively, he's changed the series. That's how great he's been protecting the rim, protecting the basket, defending in the pick and roll. He's battling for rebounds now. He's not the best of rebounders. I can acknowledge that. But he's fighting. I can give him that. He's fighting for every rebound that's available to him.
Do you think that'll improve, Mars, as time goes on?
He has to get stronger. That's really what it is. He boxes out. He puts his body on someone. He tracks the ball well. He's just not strong enough to consistently get rebounds. That's really all it is. So it's not like it's an issue of motor or effort. He's trying. He's just not very strong right now. So if he gets stronger, he'll be fine on the glass.
Mars, I also got to ask you, so as of right now, we've obviously seen the whole season. As of right now, the way he's playing defense right now, where would you rank him at as a defender in the NBA? I know Wemby's very high, and that's always going to be a comparison because their draft class, their size, they're both unicorns, yada, yada, yada. But where would you rank him?
Let's make it more specific, Mars. How about we just go with front court guys? Not even overall defenders. How about just front court guys?
I don't think there'd be any non-front court guys ahead of him anyway. But so Rudy, Wemby,
is he better than Mobley?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
So Mobley would control this game the same way he's controlling it defensively.
I think the scheme
that's what I'm thinking of. I'm like, who's gonna shut down the paint like that?
I think the scheme is a little bit different. Though.
Yeah, I think
you're right.
I think they have different, like they impact the defense in different ways. I think as a rim protector, I haven't seen, like I said this before Chet came in. I haven't seen a rim protector as disciplined as Chet. I've never seen someone 19 be able to contest vertically without fouling as well as he does. His ability to stay vertical, not foul. His discipline is sometimes erratic, but for the most part, very good. He alters shots consistently, and his ability to play both in the pick and roll is very good. I'm surprised he didn't get Defensive Player of the Year votes, but Domantas Sabonis did. But Rudy, Wemby, AD, Mobley.
I wouldn't say Mobley.
Okay. Bam. I forgot Bam. My fault. Bam.
Triple J.
Kind of fell off.
Yeah. Triple J. Draymond's. He's in the top 10. He's in the top 10.
When does he leap those guys and jump into the Wemby, Rudy type tier?
Once he gets a bit stronger. Once he's a better rebounder.
You could definitely be fast on his feet too, for sure.
Yeah,
Embiid too, Mars. Embiid too, Mars. I don't know if I put Embiid in front of him. I'm not sure I put Embiid in front of him. Miles Turner.
Nah.
Nope. Nah. Okay, no Miles Turner.
He in the top. I'm confident he's in the top 10. I'm like,
how about Claxton?
They used him wrong in Brooklyn this year, but I'm gonna say Chet's better. But they misused him in Brooklyn. He's better than what he showed this year. They just misused him.
Put some respect on Miles Turner.
Oh no.
No Valanciunas.
No.
Walker Kessler?
Ooh, he's nice, but nah. But he is nice. Walker Kessler's very nice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's top 10. He's top 10. He's one of, and I don't know why he didn't get Defensive Player of the Year love. I don't know what he did wrong. You can throw Giannis in there. Everyone's saying Giannis is
Chet, you talking about, but Bam didn't Bam finish third though, didn't he? Did Bam finish third?
Yeah.
And then 84th?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What do you mean ridiculous?
So the Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, has to come off the floor because he cannot guard all positions.
I'm so sick of this.
Rudy Gobert hasn't had to come off the floor.
When does he come off the court? When does he come off the court?
Rudy Gobert hasn't had to come off the floor.
So, there's people out there saying that they rather have McDaniels guarding what's called a Jokic than Rudy Gobert.
Are those people Chris Finch? Are those people Chris Finch?
All I'm saying is,
what's the difference between Rui Hachimura guarding Jokic?
Swiper, hold on, dog. Bro, I'm talking.
No, I'm trying to. You over here getting big about AD. I'm trying to figure out why Rui.
Relax, bro. Hey, listen, you got lucky with the Denver Nuggets. Swiper, Swiper, I don't even want to look at you, bro. And your boy Jamal Murray, he's the most dirty player on the planet, bro. So we really got. We gonna get to that though. We gonna get to that though, bro. So I was really talking to me, bro. Listen, all you can do is be LeBron James, bro. So I don't want to hear none of that, bro. Listen, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. Hey, y'all got lucky, bro. Y'all got lucky. LeBron's the best player inside the series, so it don't matter, bro.
I thought I was one of the LeBron supporters up here.
It's cool, man. Hey, at the end of the day, Swiping, bro. At the end of the day, bro, the Denver Nuggets, bro, they got a kinker inside their armor, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, you guys will go down this season. And if you guys do win, it's because you beat LeBron James. If you guys do win, because you beat LeBron James. If you all know, if you beat LeBron James, you can go on to win a championship, bro. It's proven. Look at the history on it. If you beat LeBron in a series, bro, you
Suns didn't win a championship.
So if they win, that's fine.
Shout out to
the Suns did not win.
You want to go down the list?
Yes.
Celtics, Golden State Warriors, Spurs. We're talking about it's multiple teams that won championship after that.
In one Eastern Conference.
Well, they lost. Okay, so LeBron lost to the Celtics in 2010. They didn't win a ring, right? And then he made the finals every year. So yes, the team that he lost to won a ring. If he was in the finals, yes.
Last year, Denver Nuggets.
And then 2020 they won a ring, right? Okay. And in 2021 they lost to the Suns, didn't win a ring.
That's fine.
And then 2022 wasn't in the playoffs, right?
Okay.
And then 2023 they lost to the Nuggets. So he lost in the finals.
So out of the last 20 years, the team that beat LeBron James has won a championship. How many times compared to the team that didn't beat LeBron James win a championship?
Lost in the finals.
Did Detroit win?
It's been multiple teams to beat LeBron James to win the championship. If you beat LeBron, you go to win the championship
in the finals.
That year,
still beat him.
Basically, what he's trying to say is you gotta go to LeBron to get to the throne. You gotta beat the king to get the throne.
Okay, man. I please.
We were talking about Rudy Gobert. How did we even get there?
Because you gotta beat the king to get the ring, Mark.
We were talking about Rudy Gobert.
To answer your question,
you heard what I said, bro. You got
to answer your question. In 2006, they did not. The Detroit Pistons did not win the NBA championship. The Detroit Pistons did not win the NBA championship.
Okay, keep going.
2009, the Orlando Magic did not win the NBA championship.
2007 Spurs.
In 2010, the Boston Celtics did not win the NBA championship.
Okay, keep going.
So it's not every year.
2000.
No. It's not every year.
2011, the Dallas Mavericks, right?
So we're not talking about every year in the NBA championship.
And if LeBron showed up, they wouldn't have won that final.
All I said, you have to beat LeBron James more times. You have to beat LeBron James.
Why are we going back to LeBron? Why we can go about Rudy Gobert?
You guys name all the years. That doesn't matter. Let's name all the years. Then it's be more years that team had to beat LeBron.
We're talking about Rudy.
We're talking about Rudy Gobert's trash. We talk about
we actually had a really good conversation the last time you and I were on. We both like LeBron James, but I can ask you objectively about this question. What do you think the difference is for you personally between Rudy Gobert and Anthony Davis if neither one of them can be the primary defender on Nikola Jokic?
Actually, Anthony Davis can definitely be the primary defender on Jokic. He showed that the entire series. It wasn't the reason why Anthony Davis was guarding Jokic, why we lost. And if you've seen it, bro, what's called the last game of the series, Anthony Davis was locking up Jokic. He got injured, and then he had to leave the game. And that's the only reason why Jokic had a good third quarter. So AD was doing a great job on Jokic. It's everybody else. It's the D'Lo. It's the Austin Reeves that's not able to defend on the perimeter. Being a big man, bro, being a good defensive player on the defense and the interior, you need a guy on the outside as a great defender as well. Right now, Rudy Gobert, you got Anthony Edwards, you got McDaniels on the perimeter. So it's so much easier to guard inside the paint. Listen, and a problem that the Minnesota Timberwolves is having right now is that Rudy Gobert is slowing down their switches on defense. Now, if you put Anthony Davis in that position, he'll be so great on switching on those transitions on defense. They'll be a more scary defensive team if Anthony Davis on that Timberwolves team, and it's not even close.
So in the playoffs this year, as the main primary wonky tracking data, obviously, he played 44 minutes on Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic had 67 points. 25 assists and shot 52% from the field and 42% from three while matched up with Rudy Gobert as his primary defender. So I guess when you're saying this to me, I'm saying that the film and the eye test is showing that he's getting obliterated.
That's a bucket every minute, just so you know, Dion. That's a bucket every minute.
Right. So I think I'm the reason I'm not, but I don't use that. I don't use that as a means to say AD is not an elite defender. But what I'm saying, when you say Rudy Gobert, I think sometimes I get confused from some Lakers fans, not you necessarily, that say that he should, meaning Rudy, should be the primary defender. How are you a fourth-time DPOY when Anthony Davis doesn't guard Jokic at the primary defender a lot either because of foul trouble, because of fatigue, and because of the physicality? The only person that consistently does that is Bam Adebayo, because that's just the way that he played defense, and they front Joker extremely hard. So what I'm saying is that, like, when you're bringing up Rudy Gobert and, like, he shouldn't close games, well, their offense and defense is better when Rudy Gobert is on the court. The problem is that they are having schematic issues the last couple of games guarding the Nuggets. The Nuggets are spacing them out. That's not a Rudy. Anthony Edwards has not been good in trailing position. Obviously Jaden McDaniels is incredible, but they're just finding mismatches across the board the last two games. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out with you is, why do you feel like Rudy Gobert is overrated? And basically, also, is it just because he has 4 DPOYs, a player like AD doesn't have any, and so therefore, like the awards show that one player is being grossly overrated over the other?
So first of all, I don't know what you're watching, but I'm watching the games as well. Rudy Gobert is trash getting inside of switches. If you put Rudy Gobert to switches, he is trash. Anthony Davis is a better switcher. He can guard 1 through 5.
I can't hear this. I'm sorry, Ron. I can't listen to this. When I got to listen to a dude say that a dude is trash. You understand what trash is?
Bro,
I mean, he's unplayable. To sit here and say
we're
having a problem.
Anthony Davis and Rudy Gobert, bro. Is that simple?
Chill. I listened to the conversation. And
my God.
I agree with you, Chill. I kind of agree with you, Chill. Well, Rajon Rondo, if you know your role and shut your mouth, you'll listen and I'm agreeing with you. Chilltown,
you said what, bro? What
he's
you just
not
call me?
trash.
Hey, Tim, what you just call me, bro?
Trailer park trash. Rudy Gobert is trailer park trash. And Chilltown, what you're wrong about, and I agree with the brother right here that's on the top of the screen, what he said about Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is probably the most overrated defensive player I've ever seen. The way Jokic manhandled him and treated him like a boy. And I'm talking about anytime he wants to score, anytime. Rudy Gobert has no resistance. Dude, he's freezing him. He didn't even get a hand up. Most of those, if you go watch the replay, most of those shots where he's posting them up one-on-one, Rudy's not even getting a hand up. He's frozen. So Jokic is not only doing that, not only is his lateral movement bad to where Jokic can take him out the dribble anytime he wants and get to the rack, but also, Chilltown, he doesn't box out. So when Jokic is missing those floaters, Jokic getting his own offensive rebounds because Rudy Gobert ain't even boxing out. This is supposed to be one of the best defensive players in the history of the NBA. No, man. I'm sorry. I got to agree with homie what he said about that. He ain't trash. He's trailer park trash, bro. And it's horrible because he's getting exposed on, he's getting exposed on the biggest stage. And Chilltown, they had their biggest win without him. Without him on the court.
That's just
hey, hold on. Because
that's true.
You won't give Naz Reid the credit, but Naz Reid was more active defensively. Mm-hmm. He moves his feet, moves his hands, and hold on, Chilltown. Keep going. He gives more effort defensively than Rudy Gobert. Now, Rudy Gobert gets credit because he gets a lot of rebounds during the season, and because of the simple fact that you're not playing a 7-game series during the season where you can actually key in on him. But if you watch Rudy Gobert over the years, what big man have you seen him have great performances against the slowdown?
Like defensively?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think it's a little difficult to play like elite defense on Embiid and Joker, period?
Well, no. Hold on. No, let me answer this question, Chill. Nah, I don't agree with that because if you watch the real great big men defenders of all time, they had, and you can name.
But who's in the league like that now?
Let me finish my sentence. If you watch, which I know you have, you can talk about performances from Ben Wallace in certain series against Kevin Garnett and other guys. You can talk about performances from Dikembe Mutombo in series. Go back to the series they won with the Denver Nuggets. You can talk about Alonzo Mourning in series defensively. Hold on, Chilltown. I'm talking about big.
Who are they
go
playing?
back. Hold on,
Keep going.
I'm giving you examples. I'm giving you examples. You can talk about Tim Duncan and big-time defensive performances he's had in certain series over the years.
Sure.
You can't tell me one time that Rudy Gobert gave an elite big man problems. All those other bigs I named you that was all-time great defensive guys, I can give you series where they've given the other bigs problems that was supposed to be elite.
But the problem
but Ticket, the question is, who else in the league, though, do you think it's a better defender for bigs in the NBA right now?
Right? No. I'm saying, I just said to you right now that I don't think you guys are going to give Naz Reid credit. But I'm saying, hold on. Understand. But you got to understand what I'm saying to you. That situation right there, Naz Reid is a better defender for that because he's more active. He has quicker feet. Hold on, he has quicker feet.
Keep going.
Yes, Chilltown. He has a better second jump and recovery, right? Because if you watch Rudy Gobert, all Jokic got to do is hit him with one move. He's frozen. He's not even getting his hands up. Go watch every replay of every bucket Jokic got last game. 75% of those.
Straighten me out real quick.
Straighten me out real quick.
I want you to keep going.
Pause,
I want you to keep going.
Pause.
But straighten me out real quick.
Pause.
Straighten me out real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm not going crazy. Did I not see the Denver Nuggets just this last game with Naz Reid in the game actively going after him with Joker? Did I not see that?
How could they? How many buckets?
I just want to make sure that I'm not going crazy.
Hold on. How many buckets?
Did I not see?
Hold on, Jill.
And did I not see Joker converting on those?
But I'm gonna answer your question. How many buckets did Joker get on him? And then he was benched most of the second half.
Yeah, Joker has scored just, again, wonky tracking data, 24 points, 7 assists. He's shooting 56% from the field and 50% from three versus not Rudy's primary defender.
Most of that was what? Most of that was the first half of last game?
No, I think the last 2 game period overall.
And this is what we're doing. Because Ticket, you just brought up a guy in Joker, the best big man in the game that Rudy Gobert is having trouble with. We didn't say this last year.
I didn't say just him.
This is the point that I'm making, Ticket. Last year, when Joker ate Anthony Davis's lunch, we didn't talk about him being a trash defender like this. And then when you talk about, and no, you did not.
I did. Hold on. I was in here.
No, you did not.
Hold on. I was in here.
We're not going to do that.
Hold on. I was in here telling you he was terry cloth, but you just turned what I said.
Hold on, Chill. You said he was soft. You didn't say he was a trash defender.
I'm saying, but you just turned. Hold on. You just turned what I said. I asked you. I wasn't just talking about. I wasn't just agreeing with homie on what he said about Rudy Gobert and Jokic. I asked you. I said he's overrated. Period. As a defender, I asked you name me one series that he's had in his entire career that he stood out defensively against a big. And I can go show you Dwight Howard. I can go show you numerous series or series with all-time great defense.
Well, he got 3 DPOIs. Like, and who did Dwight play at the level? Honestly, honest question. Who did Dwight play at the level of a Jokic or a beat?
Tim Duncan.
Who?
Hold on. Dwight played. Okay, you said the playoffs. Okay, you said the playoffs. Okay, hold on. Pau Gasol.
And Pau Gasol was never the scorer either one of them. And he ripped them apart in the final.
Jokic in 2020. He played Jokic in 2020. What are you guys talking about? He locked him up in 2020.
If Rudy Gobert has been in the West his whole career, what bigs other than Jokic is Rudy Gobert meant to stop for you to praise him?
No. I'm saying his entire career through every playoff.
Yeah, and I'm saying what big is there?
Let me answer your question. I'm saying his entire career through every series he's played in the playoffs. You can't give me one series where he stood out as a defensive, as looking as one of the greatest defensive players that ever played the game.
Last series versus the Suns.
No.
Didn't answer my question.
He was the best player on the court the first 2 games of the series.
Ticky, can you answer Mar's question?
What bigs were out west that you expect Rudy to stop in a playoff? What bigs would you praise him to stop?
I ain't the one who naming the 4-time defensive player of the year.
That's no, because you said, correct me if I'm wrong, you said Rudy Gobert has never in a playoff series stopped one of these elite bigs. That's what
I've never seen him. I
agree with you. I agree with you. So while he's been in the West his whole career, Utah and now, other than Jokic, what elite bigs has he gone against in the playoffs where if he were to stop them, you would praise him?
Let me think. He played against, who did they play the first time? They played against Denver? Oh, no.
Yeah, Jokic.
Yeah, they played against Denver. What did Denver do the first time?
When?
What, 2020?
When y'all said that Jokic was young when they played in the bubble, I think.
In 2020. Yeah,
well.
I'm not. I want to make it clear. I'm saying other than Jokic.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
bigs do you expect?
Okay, so hold on. So we got to go.
What high level big has he?
When Utah that year, when Utah that year, they played Jokic. They played the Clippers.
Yeah, they lost round 1.
Hold on, who else did they play?
Oh, and Rudy. I'll tell you Rudy's whole career in the playoffs, right?
Before you go any further, Mars, before you tell us his career, just so you know, when they played I believe it was Donovan Mitchell's rookie year, and when they played Oklahoma City, he was awesome in that series.
Yeah, but there's no elite bigs. That's
who was the big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is Rudy's whole playoff career. I'm going to ask you, what big would move you? So DeAndre Jordan, Zaza Pachulia, Steven Adams, Clint Capella, Clint Capella again, Jaren Jackson or Steven Adams, 2020. Zubats. Dwight Powell.
Definitely
no.
So what makes him
Rudy hasn't won against the league. So like you're holding him to a standard that the West
let me answer this question. Jalen, you just need to go ahead and just stay in Canada, bro. Don't even say nothing else. Just stay in Canada, bro. We ain't even gonna talk. To answer Mars' question.
What offensive big did they face that was
hold on.
Keep going, Ticket.
Let me answer Mars' question. I know you want an autograph from the great one. Look, so Mars, I'm gonna answer your question and say this, bro. I'm still saying he ain't stopping none of the great bigs in the East either. He ain't stopping Giannis. He ain't stopping Embiid. He ain't stopping none of the other great big men in the NBA. None of them. You would even pick that. So even though you just used that answer and said, oh, well, he's only played against Jokic, tell me the one big man in the NBA that you think Rudy Gobert would have success against.
But I guess what I'm trying to understand, Ticket, with this point is, what is there any big in the league right now you think that would win a one-on-one matchup over the course of a series against Jokic first arc? Just that play. What
you mean? Hold on. When you say one-on-one, you mean defensively or offensively?
Yeah, defensively, that would be able to contain or stop Joker, because we're talking about Rudy Gobert's defense.
Ain't no big man in the league today. No, not in the league right now.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, I think the original point was when Dion brought up this AD. So you still think
he can't bring up. Hold on, I agree with Swiper. I agree with you on that.
Anthony Davis needs the whole entire other rest of the team, bro, defensively. So
we're not doing the same thing for Rudy though, because you're saying
yes, we are. Rudy has McDaniels. He has Anthony
but he
Edwards
did it in 2000 and 2021 though, when they were the number one defense in the league.
But AD done it in 2020. If you want to say that.
With Swiper. Go ahead, keep going, Swiper. He did it in 2020 with.
Yeah, with KCP, with Alex Caruso, with
exactly.
LeBron. But by the way, I just want you to be clear about this, because you're saying stop. You still realize that even in that series, that even as his primary defender was not Anthony Davis, that it was in fact Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee and them. And still, even in that matchup that year, when you look at the total matchup, and again, wonky matchup data, that same series, they beat them in 5 games. Jokic had 68 points and shot 56% from the field versus AD as the primary defender. You realize there's not a series that AD, in the 3 series they played, there's not been one time he's held Nikola Jokic under 50% shooting in any series. So what I'm saying to you is, like, you're bringing up AD relative to Rudy. What I'm saying to you is that you're penalizing Rudy for something AD can't do.
So what does Jokic usually shoot from the field?
I mean, the regular season, I don't know, 58%.
Well, I can tell you what in 2020, he was like 49% from
right. Well, to Swiper's point, I can tell you what he doesn't. He doesn't shoot what Swiper just said. I can tell you he doesn't do that.
But, Chill, I will say this. I think that you guys, and I'm saying just based off of what Swiper just said and what Mars was saying, I kind of think that, I don't know how, I really don't know where Swiper stands at on Rudy Gobert or Mars as a defender. I don't hold him in a high standard like that.
I think
I don't, because when you're generational defender, you don't get your ass served like that every single time you're one-on-one with a guy. No, I'm gonna say that. Hold on 1 second. No, hold on. I don't listen.
Yeah,
I don't subscribe to that with AD, bro.
Here, let
me give you a point. Hold on, let me give you a point.
Keep going, Ticket. Keep going.
Let me give you my point. So here's my point right here. So that bum from Canada, Jalen, put a comment on the screen, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a lying piece of monkey crap. And if Ron can find that comment and put it back on the screen, I'm gonna show you why. A prime Ben Wallace, a prime Dikembe Mutombo, a prime Alonzo Mourning, a prime Dwight Howard, a prime Tim Duncan gives Jokic problems. I ain't saying they shut him down completely. Right. They give him problems. Right. Rudy Gobert, Rudy Gobert doesn't give him any problems. That doesn't. I don't see any all-time great defense on him. And let me say this to you, Swiper. And I'm gonna give you a quick example. And Mars cannot go against me on this because I have that little punk on tape praising Draymond Green defense against Jokic. So how is Draymond Green more effective against Jokic defensively? Hold on. They told me, Swiper. They told me when they played the Warriors in the playoffs that the times that Draymond Green was guarding Jokic, that Jokic's percentage went down immensely, his field goal percentage and his effectiveness. So is that true or false? Is that true or false?
In 22.
So let me.
Is that right? Hold on. So Chip, is that true or false? Because you remember we had that conversation.
In 22,
right. So hold on. So I'm asking you, when has Rudy Gobert ever shown you that? And Draymond Green giving up 6 inches on Jokic.
Jokic also scored 70 points in that series on 51% from the field. So it's the same as
Draymond. I'm saying on that. I ain't talking about that. I'm saying they said on Draymond.
I'm saying Jokic
on Draymond's
matchup. He shot 51% from the field versus Draymond. So you're bringing up Draymond.
No, I'm not. No, Swiper. I'm saying they said that. Hold on. I'm saying Mars and them said that because when I told them that I thought Draymond Green was an overrated defender. I told him,
how is he overrated?
Hold on, bro, my man, listen. Because when we say all time, right? Because when they talk about defenders, they say he's one of the greatest all time. I say you're overrated because I can't compare you to those all time guys. Because to me, he's not on the same level. Ben Wallace prime, Mutombo prime, Joe Morning prime, Dwight Howard prime, Tim Duncan prime. That's a different level to me. Hakeem Olajuwon
talking about
prime.
One-on-one defense versus the big, right? You're not actually talking about the entire, like what it takes to play defense. So you're saying that Draymond Green, as a connected defender, as a rim protector, as a switch defender, as a pick and roll defender, he's overrated, even though he's
Hold on. This is what I'm saying to you, bro. I've seen when we say all time, I don't put him in the category like I think it has to be levels. He's in like the second tier to me. Him and Rudy Gobert in the second tier. I don't put them, bro. Listen, you put him on the same level as Hakeem defensively, Tim Duncan defensively, Ben Wallace defensively, Alonzo Mourning defensively.
Russell, you've been not said his name once.
No, I'm saying right. No, I'm just giving you names. I'm saying, are you putting? No, I'm talking about big though,
bro. No, we're not gonna do that.
Right?
Anybody else hold Wilt 20 points below his average?
No, nobody. We're not gonna do that.
But Swiper, you agreeing with me, bro? You agree? Swiper, if you don't think he's on that elite level, that top
no, he is an elite defender. I don't agree with you. I think they are elite. They're also, but again, there's a sphere in basketball history where there's Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett at his apex.
Anthony Davis
up there.
No, so you think Draymond's up there?
Yes.
Anthony Davis.
Stop saying Anthony Davis, Dion. Stop.
You think? Hold on.
Swiper.
Swiper. You think Draymond Green is on that top number one tier level?
I think Draymond's probably one of the 15 best defenders ever.
That's crazy. Okay, so check this out. So you have to, hey Swiper. So then you got to say this. Then
he was the best defender they had through all those titles. Like I mean, this is at this point, like one of the 15 best defenders ever.
So Swiper. So then respectfully, when me and you have conversations, when I told you that AD could get to levels that Jokic could get to on the court as far as offensively and the way he played, and you said he couldn't. He did, and he showed you he did.
No, he did not.
He did. He showed you he did this series.
No, he did not. He scored.
Did.
You realize you get up to a level means you have to be able to score, play make, and offensive rebound at an all-time great level.
He did. He averaged what he averaged for the series, bro.
There was no play. He's not a playmaker. You keep bringing this up.
What did he average for the series?
There's multiple things that make you an elite offensive player. He hit his jump
shot. What did he average for the series?
What did he average?
Jump shots. He hit a jump shot. He played really well.
No, I asked you, what did he average for the series? Points, rebounds, assists.
And if we're doing this, that Rudy Gobert couldn't slow down any of the bigs, so that doesn't make him a generational player. Then we got to do that with a bunch of other guys.
Who?
We have to. Okay. How about the fact that I watched Hakeem Olajuwon eat David Robinson lunch? So I guess David Robinson ain't an all-time great defender.
No, I didn't say that. Hold on.
Don't say no. I did not say that.
David Robinson. Hold on, but have you seen? Hold on. Have you seen David Robinson? Hold on, chill. Have you seen David Robinson have moments against great players? Yeah, now sit your ass down.
What?
You are the
David Robinson averages 3 blocks for his career. David Robinson averages 3 blocks for his career. Don't disrespect David Robinson like that.
Right. So
he's proven. He's proven.
We've seen David Robinson have great moments. I said to Swiper and the Mars that I've never seen Rudy Gobert. I know. I'm saying I've never seen him have those moments against great elite big men.
But I'm saying David Robinson didn't stop any of those dudes.
Hold on. David Robinson has had great defensive series in his career.
Swipe and ticket. Swipe and ticket. I gotta step in because I gotta tell everybody to like the video. I gotta shout out everybody in the comment section. Why? Because the chat clears. I gotta let everybody know we're gonna be on playback tonight for Open Gym right after this. They're gonna talk about the draft lottery and all that good stuff. Mars and Damo gonna turn up. You know how they do on an episode-to-episode basis. And then also tonight. What's up?
Man, this man's a hypocrite because he will sit up there and say,
hold up right quick. We're gonna get into it. And then on playback.tv tonight, the New York Knicks play the Indiana Pacers at 7:45 Eastern time. We will be firing that up. Tap into J-Rob. Who knows? I might make an appearance. Chill might make an appearance. Mars might make an appearance. You never know who's going to pop up on playback. You just know it's going to be a good time. I got a lot of super chats. We're going to get to those. But Ticket, I got to transition right quick.
Hold on. Let me just say that last thing. I sat here and listened to him 30 minutes. So this is my problem with what Swiper just said. He just said that he's not putting AD in the same tier with Jokic, right? Okay, cool. So why he got a problem when I say that Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert ain't in the same tier as Tim Duncan defensively, as Elijah Wan?
Disagree with you.
I don't think that they are neither. Ticket.
I'm saying, but you agree with him, Chilltown, and that's cap.
But I've already said that. But I already named like Hakeem, Bill Russell, Kevin Garnett, and there are other players you can put. Stop. There at least those three, and then you can put Tim Duncan obviously in there as well.
Gosh, man, it's just crazy.
I don't think Draymond and them are in that conversation with them, but they're not. But whatever the next underneath that is, that's where they are. But those
I agree with you. I agree with you. I thought you were saying, because I was saying on the flip side, and how can you say that about AD when AD's numbers? Because you said, hold on, you just said in Mars, what was the numbers this past series for AD? He averaged what, 30, 15, and what?
27.8 points a game, 15.6 rebounds.
Yes, sir.
So those are great. Hold on, those are all around. Hold on, and how many blocks?
Yes,
hold
sir.
on, how many blocks? How many blocks?
2 point.
And that ain't no Jokic level.
1.6.
Hold on, that ain't leveling up with Jokic. Goddamn.
Yes, it was.
I swear to God.
Bro, AD was playing better than Jokic.
God, I'll come to this guy. Hey, Ron, this is all
offensively. You are they playing in the same league.
You are a capper, sir. You are a liar and you are a capper, sir.
AD had offense and defense. They was balanced.
That's crazy,
out,
man.
bro.
They was and you're disgusting for sitting up here.
AD was hooping, bro.
He definitely played better this year. He definitely played better this year than he did last year.
So he wasn't. Hold on. But you're gonna sit up here and say he didn't match his Jokic level in that series?
Offensively, no.
All the way.
Yes, he did.
That's what you said. You said offense. The answer
is no. Gave you 4. Hold on. He still gave you 4 assists. He gave you 15 rebounds. He gave you 27 points.
And then disappeared in all of the 4 quarters. And then every single game.
Well, wait a minute, Swipe, but that's because they didn't go to him.
Period.
Right.
Period. It's not because of him. It's not because he missed shots or because he just wasn't. They didn't go to him. They completely phased him out.
And that's the whole thing.
It was working. It was working when they were going to him, and then they basically phased him out of the offense slowly but surely as the game went on. When we get into late in the third quarter, when we get into the fourth quarter, where they're not going to him anymore, that's no fault to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis could still do work if they continue to go to him. They changed the scheme and they stopped going to him. Now, when we're talking about offensively, that means as a whole. Now, as a bucket getter, I do feel like he did match Joker.
Fellas, I gotta step in.
I can't believe you let Swiper get away with this, bro.
Swiper, this is on you.
You're not getting away with it.
Swiper and Dion. Yes, Chad is about to get real smoky in here.
Let's
Swiper
go.
and Dion. Swiper, you hit me and you said you wanted to come on the show today. I assumed you had smoke for somebody. I don't know if you got to leave soon, but right now I'm giving you the opportunity. If you got any type of smoke, you can get it off right now.
We gotta close out the conversation first, though.
Right.
You can't just.
Right, but this conversation will go clear until midnight tonight.
No, it's not.
Let him stand on what he said, Ron. Let him
jump to right now.
Let him finish, Ron. Let him go ahead, man. Let him finish.
At the end of the day, bro, the Denver Nuggets was shaking in their boots when Anthony Davis was guarding Jokic, bro. You guys was happy when AD got injured in the last game.
And that's facts, brother. And I'm gonna say this to you. The Swiper, this is what he'll do, right? He won't give nobody else credit outside of Jokic as a big man doing anything offensively.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. So you're the same guy.
Joker, Anthony Davis.
So Swiper. Now watch this, y'all. Do you think Joel Embiid reaches levels that Jokic reaches offensively when he plays against them?
In the individual regular season games in Philly, yeah, no problem. He's great.
No, I'm talking about every time
he makes his all jump shots.
I'm saying every time he sees Jokic.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. In Philly, they haven't played in Denver since 2018-19. So yeah, every time they go to Philly, 1,000%. 1,000%.
So you think it's gonna change if he went to Denver?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I know in the playoffs they're not the same player. So I mean,
hey, I got one quick question for you. Were you doing the play or not? Hey, were you doing the play-by-play last game? Because I swear that dude sound just like Swiper on the Denver Nuggets play-by-play on national TV. I said, is that Swiper?
Anthony
I didn't know if that was you or not.
Reggie Miller, Jamal Crawford, I don't know what you're talking
about. No. I'm talking about I was watching the NBA TV package game, but I think it was on the national TV, and that dude sounds just like Swiper. I'm like, this motherfucker got the game. Doing commentary, I didn't know if that was him or not. But anyway, let me say this. I don't want to.
So you're saying because of the shot making. So in that series, like Jokic offensively, 28.2, 9.8 assists per game, and didn't get shut out in the fourth quarter. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, don't you think there's a difference between? I think to Chill's point, AD can be phased out of an offense from late third quarter on. Jokic can never be phased out of offense because he is the offense. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, does that add into your equation for offensive value? Does that make sense, Ticket?
No, well, it makes sense what you're saying, but listen.
Like, I'm not saying AD wasn't good.
But this is where me and Dion gonna collide. Cause see, that's where it come to his team. Because he's supposed to mind the game. He's supposed to mind the game. He's supposed to be the smartest dude in the history of the NBA basketball game.
Smartest dude in NBA history.
But if you're that damn smart, why the hell would you go away from something that's working?
Okay, so first of all,
I'm talking about LeBron.
You guys did not watch the series, bro. So why did LeBron James? Why was he top 3 and 4? I think he led in fourth quarter scoring over Jokic.
That's the point we're trying to make.
Over Jokic and Murray.
We're talking about buckets.
If you watch the game, hold on. You hold on. Hey, chill. You hold on.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew you were going to do this. You talking about scoring. We're talking about Anthony Davis.
We're not doing this today.
Anthony Davis was not being able to score. The reason why Anthony Davis was not being able to score.
That's not the reason.
Is 2 tickets.
That's not the reason. That's not the reason.
You just said, Anthony, LeBron. You just said LeBron James, the reason why he was leading in fourth quarter points. Well, if Anthony Davis got it going, why are we going back to it?
So again, hold on, wait, hold on. Take it, hold on, dog. Listen, the thing about it is, though, if you look at the top 3 leaders in fourth quarter points, you got LeBron, you got Jokic and Murray. So LeBron James does not get in nobody's way. Anthony Davis, they was trapping him inside of the paint. So it forced Anthony Davis not have the ball. But AD is if AD was actually aggressive and post up and call for the ball, they'll give Anthony Davis the ball.
No, they didn't.
He'll float around the inside.
No, that's not true.
And on top of that, LeBron James had it going. He's the best fourth quarter scorer.
Dion, how do you think they won the first championship they won? Because LeBron said, I'm just going to throw the ball to AD every time.
That's not, but
that is true. Hold on.
Who led in fourth quarter scoring? Who led in fourth quarter scoring when they won 2020?
No, he took the ball.
LeBron. Who took over the fourth quarters in 2020? LeBron. So it's the same thing.
That's not the point. That's not the point, Dion. The point is the reason why Anthony Davis didn't do what we wanted him to do late in the game, like he was doing in the beginning of the game, was because they went away from him. James went away from him. And your logic that he couldn't get the basketball because they were doubling him. No, they were not doubling him.
Yes, they were.
No, what about when they double team Jokic? Hey, what about when they double team Jokic, Dion? What about when they double team Jokic? Why they still get Jokic the ball?
LeBron was passing in the
I didn't ask you about LeBron. I asked you, what about when the Lakers and other teams double team Jokic, like Swiper said, when Jokic he still gets the ball in the fourth quarter, damn near anytime he wants, double team or not. So why are they still able to get him the ball?
Because Jokic can run the offense, buddy. So you can have Jokic get the ball off the backboard and bring the ball up like a point guard. You can't have Anthony Davis do that. You have to feed Anthony Davis the ball over post or inside of the paint. It's that simple. He gets into the top of the key, gets the ball. You know what I'm saying? He can make a move. He's not playmaking on the level of Jokic. Jokic is a point guard in the center body. That's the difference.
Are you saying that Anthony Davis doesn't get the ball off the glass and go with it?
Sometimes, but he'll either pass it to LeBron or give it to D'Lo or one of the guards. He's not doing it like Jokic. Jokic is the actual point guard. He can make the pass to the shot and stuff. That like AD doesn't do that.
Joker does the same thing. He gets the ball off the glass. He'll bring the ball up. He'll get it to Jamal Murray. They'll run action. They'll run a dribble handoff. They'll run cross screen. Anthony Davis gets the ball off the glass. He'll bring the ball up. He'll get it to James. He'll get it to D'Angelo Russell, and he won't see the ball again.
The difference is AD gets the ball off the glass, brings it up, passes to somebody else, and then they start to play. Jokic get the ball off the glass, brings it up, and starts to play himself. That's the difference because he's the point guard.
That's not necessarily true all the time.
No,
I'm saying from way more times than
many times Murray's bringing it and they're swinging it and throwing it back to Jokic at the high post, bro. Jokic is catching it, and then they're doing action with him and Murray coming off that handoff or whatever they're doing at the top of the.
I'm not saying they don't do other sets. I'm just saying, bro, compare Anthony Davis to Jokic.
Jokic
is being more of the point guard.
How are they still? Because it don't matter who Jokic is playing against, which team he's playing against. If he wants to get the ball, and I ain't talking about just him bringing the ball up, he gonna get the ball. If Jokic wants to get the ball, it don't matter if you doubling him or not. They still finding ways to get him the ball. So that your excuse makes no sense because.
There's no excuse. Jokic is the initiator of the offense. Anthony Davis can float around inside the paint.
Even if
sometimes. AD doesn't demand the ball. Jokic's going to demand the ball. He's going to come to the top of the key, demand the ball. He's aggressive. He's the best player on their team. That's not Anthony Davis' personality, man. It is what it is. That's not what he does.
Ticket, to your point, are we going to go 3 or 4 trips where Olajuwon doesn't touch the ball?
Never.
Are we going to go 3 or 4 trips where Ewing doesn't touch the ball?
Never.
We're not doing that, Dion.
We talking about not touch the. We talking about.
We ain't even talking about scoring.
Jokic chill. Jokic won't go 3 possessions.
That's the point, Swipe. That's the point that I'm making.
But no, the original conversation, though, just to be clear, Chill, was about Jokic and AD offensively. I'm saying the point is AD can't be Joker. So they're never going to be in the same conversation offensively because there is no boxing him out of the
But we disagree with you.
I'm not just. What do you mean we disagree?
Because all we're saying is that it would change if they stuck to the game plan, which is.
But he's not that kind of. Why would you want AD holding the ball 100 possessions a game? You don't want him to do that.
Hold on. He used to get it in New Orleans.
No, he did not get 100 possessions a game.
Rajon Rondo and other guards gave him the ball inside the post. He's always been a post player. Ticket.
Hold on, but that's what he is.
But
that's my point. He's gotten the ball in whenever he wanted.
He was more aggressive with the Pelicans. You see him, bro. Go watch the games again, bro. He's literally floating around. I'm yelling at the TV. Trust me, I'm yelling at the TV. AD, demand the ball. Demand the ball. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want the basketball.
AD doesn't demand the ball the way he should. I think we all know that. Bro, AD is passive when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, and he's sometimes passive when he gets the ball in his hands. AD can be dominant, but he doesn't want to be dominant.
If Halliburton was the point guard, would AD get the ball in the fourth quarter?
He would, but LeBron's not Halliburton. And on top of that, Halliburton can't score like LeBron. If Halliburton could score like LeBron, he probably would pass less. He probably would attack more.
You were saying he could, though. Now he can't?
Saying who? What, score like LeBron? I never said Halliburton
score like LeBron. The nigga out here put up 26, 27.
No, ticket. I never said Halliburton could score like. I never said he could score like LeBron.
You just was saying that.
Ticket. I said he was better than LeBron.
You ain't better. Hey, watch your mouth. He ain't better than Brian. He never. Come on, bro. You see the NCAA tournament.
He in New York right now. Where Brian at?
Bro, if the Lakers in the East, it'd be the East.
Somewhere on the beach. Hey, Ticket, what you say? Somewhere on the beach with a hot mommy.
Let's stop all this.
Ain't that what you said?
This is the weakest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I just got word from TMZ. He took the PJ out to Punta Cana or somewhere in southern Mexico. He on the beach right now.
He was in Cleveland last night with his wife.
He was in Cleveland last night. Now he on the beach this morning.
He was in the city.
Last night. Now he's
in year 21. He's about to be winning Team USA.
I heard he was at Buckingham Palace down there where Mars at.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Mars. You got something, Swiper?
Well, just before we get too late in the day, I would like to hear Ticket's response to the Nuggets winning 2 games.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say to you, brother. That's another reason why I agree with Dion about Rudy Gobert. I think Rudy Gobert and the coaching have wrecked this series. I thought Jokic in game 4, I thought him early, bro. If they're gonna keep playing Rudy Gobert one-on-one with him, bro, the series over. If Jokic's gonna be aggressive, Jokic picks and chooses spots. Sometimes he want to be like that. Sometimes he don't want to be offensively aggressive where he's trying to score. When he just want to try to score on Rudy Gobert, bro, he scored every single time. Same way he did with AD, bro. So yes, he does have that, bro. And yes, they took it to him, bro. Game 3, I kind of did blame it on Ant a little bit because he didn't come out like he was supposed to. But last game, bro. The way Cat played offensively, the way Rudy Gobert played defensively, bro, either one of those dudes just play a little bit better, they win that game, man. That's a shame that they play like that, but I thought that Jokic was marvelous in that game, man. I thought Aaron Gordon, who has the last couple of games been the unsung hero as well, kind of exploited other things as well. Aaron Gordon, Aaron Gordon's such a perfect fit for that team, y'all, because you fall asleep watching Jokic, and all he do is slip right down there in the dunker spot every single time, bro. It's crazy how, he's going to be there, and you still, he lulls you to sleep. And then Jamal Murray, every time you're trying to come back, just hitting these crazy fadeaway baseline shots. Everybody was counting him out after the first 2 games of this series. The way he bounced back. I mean, bro, listen, hey, I ain't going to front. That's why I ain't bet your ass. I ain't no damn fool. Remember you said bet me? I ain't a duck, bro. I was born at night. Not last night, sucker. Yeah, that's why I ain't bet you. I said, bro, listen, I'm not stupid, bro. Rudy Tomjanovich said it best. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. I talk shit to you, dog, but you know whether I feel something or not, whether or not I bet on it. If I really feel it, I'll bet your ass. I wasn't feeling that because I already knew, man. I knew what it was.
But you did call a sweep, to be fair on Friday.
Yeah, no, I was just talking shit to you. I just wanted to fuck with you. But I ain't bet on it. If I bet on it, then I'm willing to go out. I really thought Wemby was going to do what he did this year. That's why I bet Jalen. So if I feel some way, I'm gonna bet on it. Like that's why I bet Ox. I knew the Lakers were gonna be better than them stripping ass Sacramento Kings. So yeah, that's why. That's why I ain't bet you. That's why I told you that I ain't finna touch you on that, bro. But you got that. You called it. You called it perfectly. But I'm gonna tell you this though. I do think the series probably going 7, and now I think that the tide of the series has changed unless there's an injury. But I want to add one last thing to what I'm gonna say to you, bro. How do you feel about the what happened, bro? Because I don't think it's right. Rudy Gobert got fined $100,000 for doing the money sign alone.
75.
No, he got fined 100. How does
75.
He got fined 100? How does
Okay, let's say 100.
He got fined. Look it up. He got fined
literally 75.
Yeah.
He got fined 100. Now, how do you get fined $100,000 for doing that? Jamal Murray does the money sign, throws the towel and the hot pack, and only gets $100,000 fine. And
per NBA Communications Center, Rudy Gobert has been fined $75,000 for making inappropriate, unprofessional gestures that questions the integrity of the league.
Okay, 75. Okay. So you think? Hold on. So okay, cool. 75. You think the 25 was warranted for throwing a hot pack on the court and a towel on the court during game when somebody could have got hurt?
I think $100,000 was. They could have fined $250. I told him I knew it was going to be a hefty fine. It should.
No. I'm saying that me personally. If you're gonna suspend him for 3 or 4 games like you did Pat Beverly. You suspended Pat Beverly 4 games for throwing a basketball to a fan. But this dude throwing a hot pack. Hold on, listen.
That's not the same thing.
No. Listen.
Throwing the ball
Hold on. He threw it on the court towards the ref though. He threw the towel in the hot pack towards the ref because he was heated. And he did the money sign. So that he should have been suspended for that, bro. The fact that he did that, he should have been suspended because I'm gonna tell you like this, Swiper. Somebody falls down on that hot pack and twisted their ankle, they're gonna ban him for the rest of the series.
That's a lot of woulda, shoulda, coulda.
They ain't no woulda, shoulda. Okay.
The NBA on y'all side right now, bro. They let y'all get over. It's that simple, bro.
On the Nuggets side.
Yeah, bro. He should have been suspended. That simple, bro.
So you think the punishment was fair? Swiper the 100,000.
I knew he wasn't going to get suspended. It was going to be a hefty fine.
But I'm saying, but you thought just the 100,000 was fair for the money sign?
I mean, 150, 200. I mean, he's not. I think for a person, the only incident he's ever had was when he hit Tim Hardaway Jr. in the nuts like 3 years ago or whatever else it was.
Right.
He just doesn't have a history of violence at all. So I think that's what it was. Like the on-court product. Remember, Adam Silver is not David Stern. Adam Silver is trying to be pro player and also trying to understand everything by a case-by-case basis. I think in this estimation, he looked at Jamal and said, Jamal has never done anything before. I'm not throwing him out of a game. I'm going to fine him half his game check or a third of his game check, depending on how much, whatever. Then I think that's what was going to happen. I never thought
the NBA got to set an example.
So you think? Hold on. So you think
an example for throwing a?
So you think if the Bucks?
Yes, that's dangerous.
You think if the Bucks?
Yes.
You think if the Bucks had another game? You think if the Bucks had another game that he wasn't going to suspend for the next game?
Pat Beverly.
You don't think Pat Beverly been gone for that next game?
Pat Beverly threw a basketball at a fan's
No, he
head.
threw it to the fan, and not at the fan.
No, he hit a lady in the head.
Well, she should have moved her head.
All right, that's what I'm saying. No, he was going to get suspended.
If this was January, Jamal would have been sitting 2 games and he would have had to handle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have been out 2 games.
That's
all I'm saying to Swiper, bro.
100%.
Like for Swiper to sit up here and make it seem like the suspension. That's why I asked him, did he think one was warranted, even if it was for next?
I don't think players should get suspended for stuff like that. But I've been pretty consistent on this. I think that's a dumb thing.
For putting stuff on the floor to get hurt.
We can throw stuff on the court, Ron. We can throw heat packs. We can throw towels at the ref.
Ticket, don't say
Biombo did it earlier.
Ticket, don't say throw stuff on the court. He threw it at the ref. Let's be clear about that.
So we can do that and ain't no suspension, right, Swiper? Okay, cool, dog.
I mean, I'll tell you, bro. I don't exist in that capital punishment type deal. It's not my thing.
No, you know what's up. You know what's up. You know what's up. The NBA got the Denver Nuggets going all the way. You know what's up.
Yeah,
That's why they want the Denver Nuggets. You know, they got the
largest market in the NBA. Oh wow.
What does that mean?
They have the
MVP.
Now.
They have the MVP.
I mean, a lot of people saying SGA should have been the MVP. I can't tell you that, bro.
I'm just saying they have the 3-time MVP, so I mean it's going to bring in TV views. And on top of that, when you look at the actual facts of it, bro, Jamal Murray should have got suspended. You can't even look at a ref wrong without getting thrown out the game. This man's throwing items at the ref. That's ridiculous. And then that literally switched the entire series. If Jamal Murray gets suspended, they go down 3-0 and the series is over. But since he was there, he had a clutch game, and he was literally the factor of why you guys won that game for the most part.
And then Dion, to throw something on top of that, here's why people are saying what they're saying, Swiper. You had NBA executives that was complaining, saying the NBA did that just to save the ratings, and that's why they didn't suspend that boy. When you seen the coach cuss out the referee and get in his face, spitting in his face like that, he ain't even get a tech. Bro, come on, bro.
I mean, that was kind of the game flow, to be clear. Like, I think there was a mix of things. Remember what had happened. Remember what had happened right up before that. There were two massive plays and two non-foul calls that had happened right before that. KCP then gets injured by Ant when he was in the air, and then the play before that, Jamal got ran over by Karl Anthony Towns. There was
literally got ran over. He got ran over.
I think Mark Davis at that point. I think Mark Davis made the individual decision. The game was hella testy. It was mad physical in the first quarter. And there were two no calls back to back, and he allowed for Malone, which again for me is just like, I don't care who it is. Like I just don't want to see like text like for just dumb stuff anyway. So if you have that moment and then you don't have it again, then you move on. But if he does it again, throw him out of the game if you can't control your behavior. And the Nuggets got mollywopped that game because they lost their composure. So they still took it.
But he didn't even get a tech though. I'm saying I've watched coaches get tech. I saw get thrown out. Didn't old boy Ron get thrown out of the Garden? What's
Rick
the coach name for?
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, I seen coaches get thrown out. This dude didn't even get a tech. You will tell me that you can do all that, not get a tech, but then you turn around, you watch a coach get thrown out in MSG for arguing with the refs the same way. Come on, man.
The last thing, Swiper, that I want to do as an official is lose control of my game. I don't want to do that. And to your point, when you talked about KCP, that was clearly a foul, and then him running over Jamal Murray. Then Cat ran Jamal Murray over. Then the coach gets in my face. At some point, I'm losing control of this game. And I got to get control back in this game because what's going to end up happening is if I don't, we could have something like a fight. We could have something where somebody actually gets hurt. So I want to get control of this game. If I let this coach get in my face like that, now what I'm doing is I'm setting a precedent during the game. That coach is going to do it too. If this guy if Jamal Murray gets ran over, the next trip, Joker gets the ball. If Joker gets the ball, he's running over somebody. I can't blow the whistle. And the reason why, because I already set the precedent. I got to get back control of my game. So when Mike Malone gets in my face, I got to stop this right now because this is getting out of control. You hold on, coach. Bum you. And not only that, right after that, when the game starts, I'm blowing the whistle on everything. And you know why? Because my game's getting out of control. And I don't want that as an official.
I mean, but just to be clear here, so I think we all can acknowledge that there is such a thing as favoritism in the league, given LeBron James' tantrum, MJ's tantrum that he had over the course of his career. Bill Jackson had moments with the Lakers and with the Bulls. Like, that stuff happens. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I mean, that's just the way the NBA works. It's not consistent. So, by the way, if you're going to say, nah, bro, after watching what LeBron has done for 20 years,
after what has LeBron done the last 20 years? Talking about what has he
never
done?
Seen? No, never. I'm not gonna do it.
Out of the top 6 scorers, bro, points per game, LeBron James and Kevin Durant is tied for the least amount of free throws shot per game. He doesn't get free throws. He doesn't get free throws. He doesn't get calls. LeBron James doesn't get calls whatsoever.
I'm not talking about free throws.
So what are you talking? What tantrums is LeBron James doing?
No,
give me a specific. Give me a specific one. Give me one. Because LeBron James does not have that many flagrants in his career. He doesn't have that many like actual situations that he's getting kicked out the game. So I need an example.
Well, for one, when he went off on those refs in the Celtics game, that last year
that was passion.
Oh yeah. That game where he didn't.
No, passion.
Where he didn't get that call.
He looked at the bench. He looked at the bench. And
man,
that was the worst call in NBA history.
That man went to the refs, the bench, the crowd, everybody, dog.
I'm happy you mentioned that because guess what? Patrick Beverly goes up to the ref and shows a camera and he gets a tech. But Jamal Murray's going out there throwing stuff on the court and didn't get no tech at all. So that just shows you right there.
He grabbed a recording device to show the referee that he missed a call.
Jamal Murray threw items at the ref.
That's why. But the last thing I will say to you, it does seem like, and they say the NBA executives were saying this, it does seem like the NBA did not want the Nuggets to get swept, bro, because they did everything to avoid making sure that you guys were at a disadvantage for that game, bro. I'm being honest with you, bro.
What's everything?
Not calling text or what you call it on the coach that game. Then not suspending Jamal Murray for all the things he did, not one but 3 things he did, right? Not suspending him for that. Then you come back again, like I said before. Everybody talked about in game 3, the refs called the game differently. They didn't let Minnesota be as physical as they did. Why?
You realize the first couple of games were like egregiously physical. And so and I also said this, that the Minnesota Timberwolves, a part of what their strategy is we're going to play extremely hard in the first quarter to set the precedent for the rest of the game. And then we're going to foul basically and be as physical as possible the rest of the because you can't throw everybody out. And so once the third quarter happened, they didn't allow for them to dictate.
So you thought they were fouling early in that? You thought they were fouling early?
Of course they were, but that's why we're talking about in game 2.
I just thought it was great defense. When I saw him locking up Jamal Murray, I saw great body-to-body pressure defense. I didn't really see guys hacking and fouling, bro. I'm just being honest with you. I didn't see it.
I mean, I don't say you got to open your eyes, my friend, but I don't have an issue with it. But the thing is, game 3 was still very physical. The problem is the Nuggets just adjusted. So a lot of this is they created more space for themselves, and therefore they took away some of the physicality because you can't just be physical like 40 feet away from the basket and then we're snaking a pick and roll. And then Joker, he obviously got to the foul, the free throw line in that game. Like, he was being physical, and they were also hacking a lot. So, like, the Wolves are going to hack you. They're going to foul you. The thing is, you have to be able to convert.
Now, I will say this. I do think if Minnesota wins this game tonight, I think they'll win in 6. But I'm not sure they'll win tonight, though.
Fellas, we got to move on. We got to talk about the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Celtics packed up the Cavs last night, 109-102, and Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum both had good games last night. Obviously, the Cavaliers were without Donovan Mitchell, but the other players stepped up. Darius Garland had 30, and, they got a good all-around game. Karis LeVert balled. Evan Mobley had a good game. But Chilltown, I want to talk to you specifically. What happened in this game last night?
The other guys that weren't, like, Donovan Mitchell wasn't there, so those other guys, it was almost like there was more freedom to just do whatever I wanted. And the Celtics kind of struck me as a team that thought, because Donovan Mitchell wasn't there, this is the biggest problem that I have with them. They thought that because Donovan Mitchell wasn't there, they were going to roll over, and they didn't. Not only did they not roll over, they found themselves in a bigger fight than what they thought they were going to be. They should have smoked Cleveland last night. I'm not saying that they should have beat Cleveland. They should have smoked them last night. All the way around. It shouldn't have even been a contest. They should have destroyed those dudes right from the beginning. So you're not
happy with this win?
I am. I'm
Yeah, he happy. You know that punk happy, Ron. That punk don't care how he get it.
I'm comfortable with the win. I'm not happy with it.
That fool don't care how he gets it, Ron. He's that. Look, he's secretly in the back of his head. He was smiling last night when he seen that another coward in the league and Donovan Mitchell chumped out. And then let's talk about the other coward, Chilltown, that's on that roster, and Jared Allen. 2 punks, him and Donovan Mitchell.
You're completely wrong.
No. We're not giving no passes.
You're not doing that.
We're not giving no passes, bro.
Yes, we are.
We're not giving no passes, 100.
If I can't go, then I can't go.
That's BS, man.
Jared Allen couldn't lift his arms.
Man,
that's how bad the rim injury was.
Get out of here.
He couldn't lift his arms.
So how he eat food then?
So don't tell me that.
Get out of here, bro.
He couldn't lift his arms over his head.
I saw him lifting his arms on the bench.
So don't hand me that.
I saw him lifting his arms on the bench when his team was scoring.
What?
Hold on. I seen him jumping around on the bench when the team was scoring.
You did not see him jumping around. No, you're making that up.
No,
you're not. You're making that up.
I'm not making it up. He was right there on the bench.
No, you're making that up. Tickets. And back to my point, Ron. I thought Jason Tatum was way more aggressive offensively, not just offensively, but as a scorer. I thought he looked real good in the mid-range and in the post. Jalen Brown, to Mars's point, and I've been paying more attention to it this postseason, Jalen Brown is one of the better transition players in the game. He finishes a lot in transition, whether it's stop and pop or getting to the rim. He is definitely one of the better transition players in the game when he's not doing too much. When you get him the ball in transition, it's 1 or 2 dribbles to the basket. He's been phenomenal doing that. I think Luke Cornett last night was serviceable. I think he did as good a job as he could do against their front line. But the guy I want to talk about the most, when did I want to make sure I'm not going crazy, but when did Drew Holiday grow to 6'10"? When did that happen? Because Drew Holiday is now rebounding. He's in there beating up guys. He's in there finishing.
Yeah, because that guy was not playing.
He's in there finishing around these guys. He's a lot stronger than what people realize. I mean, at 6'4", 215, 220 pounds, that's not a small dude. But the fact that he's in there rebounding, giving them second chance opportunities, plus playing the defense that he was playing, I felt like he was huge last night.
You can do that when Jared Allen's not out there getting you 14 or 15 rebounds like he's supposed to. Hold on, let me say this. And here's another reason why you're capping. And I'm going to send you a screenshot of the last game when he was cheering, because it's online with the highlights. When he was coming back, he's on the bench with his hands up cheering. Him and Donovan Mitchell was standing up. So get out of here with that crap. like I said, if he was in this series, the series would be changed as far as them being able to get to the basket like that. Because as Mars knows too, he's a great rim protector. So pause. No, he's a great rim protector. So him being in the game would help them on the boards and would help them with rim protection. Him being in the game, Chilltown, right? So that him and Donovan Mitchell kind of changed the series around because they win last game. This is 2-2. If those two guys play, and the announcer said the only reason why he's out is because it just depends on how he feels. They're saying that they're letting it go off how he feels. Did you hear when the announcer said that, Mars? That they said that they're just going off of however the big man feels, Jared Allen, whether or not he comes back and plays or not. They're saying he's day-to-day Chilltown because of how he feels when he wakes up. That's what they said on the commentary, bro. So don't give me this crap about he can't go. If he couldn't go, the team doctors would be saying, hey, man, he's out, he can't go. Joel Embiid went on one leg. So with y'all, ain't nobody got no excuse. Joel Embiid against Mars' will, against your will, against Swiper's will. Y'all was up here talking about malpractice and all this other BS. Right. He played on one leg, was dropping 50, dropping 39, all this other stuff. So ain't nobody else got no excuses, especially Donovan Mitchell, because Jamal Murray was out there playing with a bad calf and X the Lakers out. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. Captain ass.
Yo, don't got Mr. the Lakers, brother.
Jamal Murray took every excuse away from them bums. Not only did he play
the same Jamal Murray. It's the same Jamal Murray who had 4 days. He had 4 days off.
Game 1 and game 2.
He had 4 days off.
All the
in between. Don't leave that part out.
No, Chilltown.
No.
He wasn't right.
Yo,
he played game 1 and game 2.
You completely, and let's be clear. Donovan Mitchell had this calf injury. If he had 4 days in between, like Jamal Murray had, 3 days in between.
I said game 1 and game 2. That doesn't work.
If he had 3 days in between,
I said game 1 and game 2. No, that was between game 2 and game 3. Stop lying.
And it was actually between games 2 and game 3. He had 3 days off. This injury with Donovan Mitchell didn't just happen. And
no, I'm saying Jamal Murray
playing with a knee injury. From the rest of the season, even in the playoffs,
Jamal Murray played against the Lakers.
But with him playing with this knee injury, you don't talk about it. But then he gets a calf injury, which compounds the knee injury. You don't want to talk about that. But if he had 3 days off, like Jamal Murray did in between game 2 and game 3, I'm 100% confident he would have been playing. As opposed to Jamal Murray, who, if he only had 1 day off in between, he wouldn't have been nearly as effective.
My OG passed away. How about that? My OG passed away yesterday. I got to go to a funeral today. But I'm gonna tell you something. Before I go to that funeral, I'm gonna have your funeral right now.
I'm still.
Here's where you a liar. Hold on. Here's where you a liar. Hold on. Because you about to. You about to rest in peace. You about to rest in peace. I double. You know what? Hold on. Let me say this to you. I'm gonna say this to you right now. So here's why you're capped. Because between game 4 and game 5 of the Nuggets series, Jamal Murray got hurt in game 4. Am I lying, Swiper? He got hurt in game 4. They told him don't play. The medical staff, all the people told him don't play. He fought with them, played, and smoked them dudes out in game 5. So don't give me, he had 3 days. No, he had 1 day in between that game, came out and still played. And then Chilltown, he went to the very next series against Minnesota. Remember, it wasn't all those days off because both teams got their series over with quick. So he went there, knew he was going to get the criticism, still played game 1 and game 2. No. Well, I'm saying, let's stick to the after the Lakers game, game 4. He played the next game 5. So don't tell me that right now Spidey could not have played last night. If I put everything on the wood, if that was game 7 of the NBA Finals, you think Swiper missed? You think he missed that game?
Do I think that he's missing that game?
Yeah, Spidey.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Man, come on, man. Well, then that let you know what you think about. That let you know what you think about him. Then that let you know what you think about him.
So I guess Jimmy Butler's off too, Swiper, because he missed game 3 or game 4 against the Boston Celtics in 22 with a quad injury. I guess he's soft too.
A lot of these dudes is weak. That's why Pat Riley called him out. If your ass ain't on the court, you missing all these games. Shut up.
I get it. He's soft too. Even though Jamal Murray was not nursing throughout the play, not this throughout the playoffs, but from the end of the regular season into the playoffs, he didn't have a knee injury also, which is what slowed down.
Jamal Murray been hurt the whole season, doing it.
Yeah, he was hurt with this.
Fellas, we got to get back to the game. Let's get back to the game.
Let's get back
Dion.
To
What's good?
I want to ask you about this series and specifically about the game last night. What are you seeing in this series, and what do you think is going to happen
for Boston and Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this really honestly, hurts my soul because being from Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, we had a good season, but Donovan Mitchell being out, man, this season's over. The Boston Celtics is the most overrated team inside the NBA right now. They're not winning anything, and they're lucky they're inside of the weak East. If you replace the Boston Celtics and the Lakers and flip them to two different sides, the Boston Celtics be sitting at home right now, just like how the Lakers are. I'm not convincing them. They lay down too much. What's called when the game doesn't matter, they don't seem motivated to me. Jason Tatum's not going to be able to get it done when it actually matters most. Porzingis, he's battling injury, so I'm not really feeling him. Jalen Brown has shown that he needs to be a number one option on his own team. They keep clashing heads every single time, him and Jason Tatum, every single time, every single series, because they can't figure out who's the number one option. I know it's supposed to be Jason Tatum, but then Jalen Brown performs a lot better, and then Jason Tatum looks very uncomfortable with that. So I think after this season, man, they should go ahead and blow it up too.
Almighty Lambo, Ron, tell Almighty Lambo to brush his teeth. I see you in the comment section running your mouth. Brush your teeth, boy.
Almighty Lambo, brush your teeth and wash your ass.
Yeah, straight up. Hey, but chill. What I was saying about Donovan Mitchell was, bro, you got to play in that game, bro. I'm sorry, man. If it's Isaiah, if it's Mike, if it's all the great ones, if it's LeBron James, he's playing. You're 2-1 in a series right there. Your whole career has been going against you as far as playoffs concerned. You gonna sit out at home? If Spidey plays last night and he just gives them 18 minutes, right? Maybe they win that game. That game was like that. And now you're 2-2. You extend the series. He can maybe get a little bit more rest. Maybe you miss the game in Boston and come back and play at home. But you play that game, bro. That's why I can't respect a lot of these cats no more, bro. They don't want to. They're missing playoff games now, Chilltown. Forget regular season. Chilltown. When was the last time we saw guys really missing playoff games when we was growing up? How many times you seen Kobe Bryant missing playoff games? Tim Duncan missing playoff games?
Not much.
Never. Tell me when. You saw Kobe Bryant miss a playoff game when?
I can't remember when he.
And when he got hurt with Indiana, and he couldn't walk. And then he came back. That was that first finals.
The finals in 2000.
Right. He couldn't walk. His ankle was the size of a grapefruit. Right. And then he still came back early against the doctor's wishes the game after that and closed the series. But you haven't seen it. You don't see Shaq missing playoff games. You don't see none of the great. But these dudes now, they all missing playoff games, bro. Like it ain't nothing, man. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, bro. I don't like that. Jared Allen plays. Bro, listen, you don't have to be 100% to play. Ain't nobody 100% in the playoffs. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, they gave away the series last night. Boston is trying to let you hang around it. You at home, bro, I don't care if you can't give me 10 to 15 minutes. Mars will come in here and talk that BS about malpractice and injuries and stuff like that. This is what you play for. You play to get to this point to lay it on the line. What if you going to come back? Oh, we're going to come back next season, go through a whole season, and then come back to the same foolishness next year in the playoffs? No, man. You got to do it now, especially if you Spidey, bro. You know he going after the season, Chilltown. So was that a business decision by him? But that's just wrong, bro. You don't let your team down like that, bro. You get out there and play. Because I guarantee you one thing, if he don't miss next game, I'm not going to believe he was that hurt this past game not to play.
All right, fellas. I got to get into these super chats. We got a lot of them. I want to salute to everybody that's in here, especially those that was in here from the beginning. I also got to shout out to Players Choice Merch.com. Y'all go ahead and scan this QR code. Go grab you a hoodie, grab you a shirt, grab you a hat, grab you some drawers. We got the whole 9 yards in there, the whole kitchen sink. Just go grab everything.
You all Swipe? Later, brother. Good to see you.
All right, Swiper.
All right, Swipe. See you.
Hey, Ron, make sure you get Almighty Lambo a thong. Send him
got those in there too.
Send him a PC thong. Send him a
got
PC
those
thong
in there too, man.
Send him a PC thong with crush stains in it.
Go get you that X casual thong. It's there. It's there. But let's go ahead and move on into these super chats. Shout out to everybody that sent through a super chat. Shout out to all of our members. I'm gonna start with our members because you guys are the most important. Trey Musa Gaming became a member today. Shout out to him. Also, Amin 1999 became a member. Shout out to you two for both becoming members today. I got some members chats as well from Bino. He's been a member for 10 months. He said, man, why the fuck y'all have him here? Why the fuck y'all have him here? The Lakers are out of the playoffs.
Hey, bro, you're a casual. Watch your damn mouth, bro. You feel me? I'm up here because I know the hell I'm talking about, bro. And like I said, what's your favorite team? Y'all act like the Lakers. If the Lakers was in any other position, bro, we would still be inside the playoffs, bro. We got the most unlucky side of the stick, bro. We played the Denver Nuggets, the world champions, bro, the first round, bro. So stop acting like your favorite team, bro, will be not in Cancun either if they play the Denver Nuggets in the first round. Is that simple?
Hey, Ricky Chan, what up, boy?
What's
see
good,
conversation running your mouth.
What we doing? What we saying?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Chill Town.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
see the fake ass Jim Jones over here in the airport last week? Did you see him in the airport?
Getting in a fight.
Hey, I'm not messing with you no more, dog. You over there fighting dudes over like that?
Hey, right quick, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. Who is the best player that the NBA has ever seen?
Don't do that, man.
Go,
LeBron
James!
I'm
We go, baby.
Dion a little crazy sometimes, but shout out Dion. He know go.
Man, you already know what it is around here. And, hey, watch your mouth, bro. I ain't crazy. Everything I say, bro, is straight facts. You feel me, bro? But you know what I'm saying, bro? He's cool. You got LeBron to go. I'm gonna keep it cool with you. You feel me? But you know, LeBron James, bro, best player of all time, bro. No Michael Jordan, no Kobe Bryant, none of that nonsense, bro. It's LeBron James. He's clear cut the best player to ever exist. So everybody in the chat that don't think that, and then also you ticket, especially you ticket. If you don't believe that, bro, you out of your damn mind, bro. That simple, bro. Straight up.
Damn, Dion, you just cooked Ticket off the panel.
No, he left. I know he left. My fault.
It was too much LeBron aura and force up here. It just
got up out of here.
Zap Ticket off the panel.
Real quick though, when you guys are talking about the whole suspension thing with Murray, we gotta understand though, the NBA, Adam Silver's job is not to protect, the sanctity of the league, the purity of the NBA, whatever. It's to make money for the league. You don't suspend guys like Jamal Murray, Jokic. You think Anthony Edwards might be able to punch a guy and not get suspended? Or he might have to really sucker punch to get suspended. You don't suspend guys like that in the playoffs. It's just not going to happen, right? They're going to get as much leeway as possible, as many excuses. So, I mean, there's no way in hell that Jamal Murray was going to get suspended for that in that situation. You know what I mean? It just wasn't going to happen.
All right. My man Davion Bohannon said, we're not doing LeBron propaganda all day.
It's LeBron facts, no propaganda.
Man, y'all stay hating on LeBron, bro. I don't know what y'all problem is, bro. Hey, I know all y'all gonna be rooting from Team USA, bro, this summer though. So that's all I'm worried about, bro. At LeBron James, you know what I'm saying, bro. Like we getting ready for Team USA, KD, Curry. We got all these guys. Hopefully, the Lakers can find their third star player against inside of Team USA. I don't know if Curry coming. I don't know if one of these players coming, but I know for a fact we're gonna have a 3-star player beginning of the season next year.
I think them days is over, brother. I think the days
of
the super teams and the 3-star players, I think them days is over. Teams are building their crews differently. Them Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, nah, we ain't doing that no more. And it's obvious with the way that the league is going, how much parity is going on in the league, that way of winning doesn't work anymore. The Phoenix Suns proved that way of winning isn't working anymore. So no, we're not doing that. And the Lakers,
chill. The only time it really works is with who?
LeBron
James.
Well, when he was younger. Yeah, when he was younger, sure.
Stop saying when he was younger. What did he just do in the playoffs, bro? What did he just do in the regular season? No. The problem was it was all the supporting cast with the Lakers. It was no other problem. LeBron James showed up straight up. Bro, he was top 3 in steals in the playoffs so far, like top 3 in points, bro. So he still was hooping. It's not LeBron James. It's D'Lo and all the other guys not showing up. So yes, if we go get a defender, have Vanderbilt come back healthy, bro, and if we go pick up Curry or pick up a 3rd star, we're right back in it. It's that simple.
I hear what you're saying. No, the thing with the whole 3-star thing is I think the way the NBA salary cap works, it kind of allows you to sign 2 max guys and build a relatively good team around it. If you have to get 3 kind of free agent guys and not kind of draft that 2nd and 3rd guy, it becomes really hard because the salary cap, getting 3 max guys, when you don't draft them, just makes it hard to build a team around them because of how the salary cap works. So I do agree with Joe in the sense of it's more optimal to build a team through the draft and maybe sign 1, maybe 2, max guys, preferably 1 in the draft, the other 2. But in terms of the whole big 3, getting 3 free agents joining a team, that era is probably done just because the league doesn't allow you to build an optimal team around them.
I got another super chat from Toxic Hoodie, and then we'll get back to more Laker talk chat. We're going to get back to it. But I got a super chat from Toxic Hoodie. He's been a member for 3 months. He said AD is a 4. Honestly, he needs to be moved back to the 4 so this comparison can stop Jokic better.
He is a 4. And he says he's a 4. Yeah, he's more comfortable playing the 4. They won their championship when he played a lot of 4.
Gandhi KV2.
Shout out Gandhi.
Said Brunson 45-point legacy incoming. Brunson 45-point game.
He has to bounce back game. I wouldn't be shocked. He definitely needs a bit of a bounce back.
On what, 40 shots?
It could be 30 shots. It could be 30 shots.
I mean, he's going to get 45 points on 40 shots.
Who else do you want to shoot there, though, Dion? It's going to be him and Dante. And Dante going to have to take off.
Give Josh Hart some more shots. Give the other players some more shots.
I mean, look, Josh Hart, if he's open, take the shot. But Josh Hart self-creation and all that, it's not going to work. Jalen Brunson has to give him 35 to 40 for them to win.
Yeah, but, I mean, he could be more efficient. Or how about he play makes more better? Or how about he actually plays a little bit more defense? There's more ways to attack the game than scoring. To me, honestly, bro, he ball hogs a lot. He shoots the ball a lot. He has over 35, 40 shots. You know, his teammates start to get non-motivated. You know, they're a hard-nosed team, but when he comes out there shooting up, jacking up mid-range shots and three-point shots, you know what I'm saying, his team doesn't look as motivated as they usually do. That's all I'm saying. So he should be focused on impacting the game in places that he usually doesn't impact the game. We know he can give you 30, but how about you give us 30 and like 20 assists or 30 and 15? Get your teammates involved.
So the Pacers, though, kind of how their kind of defensive game plan works, they've done this throughout the season. Point guards I think they're bottom two in like point guard scoring allowed this season. They let the guards score, but they don't let them rack up the assists. They're actually one of the best teams at not allowing assists. It's just how their defensive scheme works. So Jalen Brunson's kind of game does fit well towards that. Now I agree. Do I think it'd be beneficial for him to kind of play maybe more? Sure. I think that'd be great. One, though, I think a lot of his teammates aren't necessarily making shots. Two, I don't think he's necessarily the passer and playmaker that for a guy to get you 20 assists. That's just not his game. He's a guy that's going to get you 40. You know, we'll play make here and there. But again, with this team, especially with the injuries they're dealing with, I think him and Dante, Jalen Brunson probably has to take 25, 30 shots. Dante take 20, and everyone else really kind of fill up from there. Hartenstein, I think he can kind of take advantage of his matchup a little more. But other than that, I just don't. I get Josh Hart. He's going to play all the minutes, great defense, going to rebound the ball. It comes scoring is up and down. Yes, the shot's been on this playoffs. I'm just not going to consistently give him the ball and be like, go get me a bucket. You know what I mean with Josh Hart.
You know that point guard stat because of your parlays?
Yeah, that's a betting stat. It's a betting stat. You know what it is. It's in the betting realm, baby. You know, always over.
Let's make sure we get to the bottom of why that is, Mars. So
there's no way Jalen knows that for any other reason than he's taking the unders on this.
I'll tell you, we got some of these betting apps that bring you stats like that where you can adjust for who's on the floor.
Yeah.
Mars, do you think Jalen Brunson needs to play make more?
I think he play makes a lot. I just think it doesn't turn into assists. You look at the Pacers, they run people off the 3-point line. That's what they do. They're gonna funnel you towards Miles Turner, but they're gonna run you off the line. So if Jalen Brunson's kicking out, they're gonna make that initial closeout, and then it's about now how many extra passes can you make to get the open shot. More often than not, it ends up coming back to Jalen Brunson. But that's just their defensive strategy. They're going to run you off the line. So Jalen Brunson can collapse the defense and make the initial reads. But it's very rare that first shot is going to be the one that's available, which means he's not going to get the assist. But basically every play is running through him. He's creating everything for their offense. So
that's the problem.
I think he is playmaking. I just don't think he's getting assists.
Can't do
I don't
that.
know how many assists he's averaging. But
Brunson's not going to be able to do that. It's not going to be able to hold up. All the players are playing like 35 plus minutes. They start playing like 35 plus minutes. They look gassed. I see them with their hands on their knees last game as well. They're not going to be able to hold up. I don't believe in Jalen Brunson going to be able to get it done tonight.
So can I get your prediction for the series?
I got Pacers winning, probably in 7 games.
It's a good guy. That's a smart fella. It's a smart fella. Who you guys got winning tonight?
I got the Knicks. Got Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo cooking. You know, I think defensively they'll be all right. I just kind of don't trust Nembhard and Naismith to consistently play well for Indiana. I think Halliburton's been a little shaky. I trust Siakam the most, especially with no OG. I think he has the matchup.
But he's been the least factor so far for the Indiana in this series. He hasn't even broken out yet. Yeah.
Siakam's had a couple games. Stop it. Siakam's had a couple games.
But he hasn't been the Pascal Siakam that we've expected him or needed him to be. I can go through. He's averaging 18 points. Yeah, I don't even know.
You said least factor. I don't know. That was just.
Well, I'm saying Naismith has showed up more than him. He's done more than he's expected to do. I'm talking about if you were to say, you see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, relative to
expectations. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we understand relative to expectations. That means TJ McConnell's been their best player, right?
That's facts.
I'll give it to him. But that's what I'm saying. McConnell's balled out. Nembhard's balled out. Naismith is balled out. Pascal, relative to what we expect him to do or coming into the series, what I was gonna say we need you to be, he hasn't really been there. So I expect a big game from Siakam.
I do. He had a big game before the last one. I think he had like 20 something, really, really good efficiency. But yeah, even last game, I thought he should have been a little more aggressive with his matchup.
And the Knicks got injuries with the big man too. That's what I'm saying. They got injured with their big man. So I mean,
the Knicks definitely need a third guy to step up beside Brunson and DiVincenzo. Whether that's Hartenstein, Achua, somebody, McBride, somebody got to help him score.
I just think you delusional Knicks fans and the whole entire New York City, the delusion that you guys think the New York Knicks going to do anything is beyond me. I hear guys thinking that the New York Knicks are better than the Lakers, and it's just ridiculous. You guys are just fortunate to be inside the weak East.
Yeah, you're killing me here. Why bring up the Lakers?
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
What's happening, OG, is because I hear all this chatter about all the teams still inside the playoffs, and they act like they're acting super arrogant and act like, oh yeah, why are you talking? The Lakers are at home, but then they fail to mention that the team that they're playing is trash compared to what the Lakers had to play. So that's all I'm saying. The different the New York Knicks, you guys are trash, and if you guys were in the West, you probably would have made the playoffs straight up. And you're not better without Julius Randle either. And you guys need Julius Randle, and you guys have to put disrespect on Julius Randle every single day. Stop disrespecting Julius Randle. You should go give Julius Randle a hug next time y'all see him in New York. Straight up.
I just ran a poll, and I asked you guys who will win in the 7-game series, the Lakers or the Knicks. Y'all go vote on that poll. And right when you get done doing that, slap that like button as well. Shout out to everybody that's in here. The chat does indeed clear. I got another super chat from Gandhi KV2. He said, Caitlin Clark debut tonight. We must support. It is the opening night of the WNBA. There will be 2 games on ESPN2. It will be Caitlin Clark's Fever and Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston's Fever versus the Connecticut Sun. Y'all tap into that. That's going to be at 7:30 Eastern time. And then shortly thereafter, you got the Mercury versus the defending champion Las Vegas Aces. Y'all tap into both of those games. Also, while you're doing that, switch back and forth and come join us on Playback for the Knicks and the Pacers game as well. Go back and forth, man. Support all basketball. Hey, I mean, Ticket has 7 screens, and I don't expect you guys to have 7 screens, but you surely got a remote where you can go back and forth and watch both games. Show some love to both of them. It's a good night of basketball. It's a very good
WNBA. Big night for the WNBA. You know, kind of a new era for them. I expect that game to be the highest rated game maybe they have in their history. I know some of the games in the early when they
it's already sold out. It's 100%.
Sellout thing for sure. It's gonna happen with Caitlin, but I think the TV ratings will be huge too. Hey,
so what about Angel Reese and all the other ones that didn't get national televised games?
I remember who the
that's the business decision made by TV. You know,
why is that? Why are they not getting the attention?
Dion, with all due respect to Angel Reese and everybody, because I had this conversation / argument with my dad. Caitlin Clark is larger than life, yo. You guys just gotta respect. I don't know if it's a race thing. I don't know if it's a black or white thing.
It's not that.
I'm not.
I don't know what it is.
I'm not saying. That's exactly what you're saying. That's what you insinuate.
Even though she didn't win a championship the last 2 years in the two defending national
didn't win anything inside the NCAA.
But she went to the championship back-to-back years. Yes, she lost to Angel Reese. Yes, she lost to Camilla. But
how does she play?
She's better than them.
How does she better than them?
Is it not a team sport?
I understand.
So why we blaming her for this?
I understand the hype around her, bro. And listen, shout out to Kid.
No,
I'm not
don't.
Disrespect.
You don't.
But
don't
there's also other people inside WNBA, and there's also people that got drafted this year that deserve national televised games. Just like how Caitlin Clark does.
That's what's going on.
And they're going to get national. You think the televised games is going to be Indiana? Like, teams are going to get nationally televised games.
Cameron Brink is all over the television. She's in commercials. She's all over the place. Let's be clear about that. So Angel Reese,
Aja Wilson just got a new signature shoe.
Right. All of these women are all over the place. So let's
Chicago should have been on national televised game. That should have been national televised game.
They will get a nationally televised. They will get nationally televised games. That's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. If this game does well, and the game after that does well with that Caitlin Clark, TV station networks are going to be more receptive to putting them, on these primetime games and nationally televised games. But they're going to see it soon. The biggest draw. Yeah, I'm saying we got to start with the biggest draw, which is clearly Caitlin Clark. Jersey sales, all the numbers point towards her being the biggest draw. Start with her. Just like, when Tiger Woods came to golf, you put a big priority on pushing Tiger Woods, doing all that, and everyone else got paid, everyone else got shown.
But Tiger Woods the clear cut best. Caitlin Clark's not the clear cut best.
Dion, like it or not, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston is a bigger draw than Angel Reese and Camilla. And I love Angel. I love Cardoso, but they're not a bigger draw than the previous rookie of the year, who is an Olympian and will be one of the best big women in the NBA, and Caitlin Clark, who's about to step into superstardom. I know you guys doubt her transition. Just watch what she does. She's box office. You know, the WNBA doesn't yet have a player that is coming down, pulling from the logo, that is scoring on all three levels, that's going to give you 40-point games and stuff like that. And she's going to have an up and down rookie year, but she's going to have a couple games where she explodes. She's going to have a couple triple doubles. The WNBA doesn't have, and they got great players. With all due respect, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just talking about what Caitlin's going to do. She's going to give you a couple triple doubles. She's going to give you 30-point games. She might go for a 40-point game, and she's going to give you logo threes and all of that, highlights, no look passes. She, like it or not, it's like the NBA denying Wemby the stardom that he's about to get. It's like them not putting the camera and the spotlight on Wemby. That it's really that equivalent. And no, she's not a 7-footer, she's not a unicorn, but what in the WNBA world, she is a unicorn.
She's exciting.
And that's what the league is. That's what the league is built on. The league is built on future talent. And Caitlin Clark for women's basketball has been a huge draw. So when she comes to the WNBA, they're using that momentum, especially her playing in the Midwest. Like if she was playing in Los Angeles or she's playing in New York, it probably would be a bigger deal. It probably would be a big deal. But the fact that she's playing in Indiana right there, it's not that far away from Iowa, it makes it a bigger deal for her because now she's a bigger draw there. On top of that, the players that she's playing with, now that helps grow the league. It's not just her playing in Los Angeles or her playing in New York, where it's just a huge market, and it legitimizes them, especially if she turns out to be what they think she's going to be. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
I got another.
Go ahead.
They better hope she pans out too, because people will leave if she starts flopping. So I hope.
Of course, yeah. People getting fired, 100%. People getting fired.
I got a superstar from Jerryality. He said Shaq averaged 33 and 16 against Dikembe. Does that mean Mutombo's trash?
And Olajuwon averaged 35 and 13 against David Robinson.
Yeah, you just don't stop great players like that. They're going to put up their numbers. Again, all the all-time great defender, whether it's Hakeem against Jokic. So Jokic is going to have games where he cooks. He's going to struggle a little bit more, sure. But Jokic, there's nobody stopping Jokic. Mutombo, Ben Wallace, no one's stopping Jokic.
Jordan went 35.
All you got to do is just put a big on him and you stop him.
But other people understand though, even with the Rudy Gobert thing, like Rudy Gobert is playing to not only try to stop it from scoring, but also the pass. Like a lot of the fake stuff, like he has to kind of decide, do I react or no, the pass is coming. Like it's not easy guarding a big who can score the way he does in very awkward ways, but efficient. But it can also, some of the passes, especially last game, were stupid. Like it's so hard to defend.
Facts.
Yo, Penn, what's going on, my boy?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling today?
Bad.
Wow.
Not good. Life is upside down right now, man.
You got a fever or something?
No, I'm good with that stuff, but nothing's going right in the world of basketball right now. You got the Atlanta Hawks. You got the Atlanta Hawks with 3% chance of winning the draft. You got the Boston Celtics not closing out, not covering yesterday. Should have smoked them by like 100 points. And you got the Dallas Mavericks choking at the line, bricking at the line, and me feeling like an absolute idiot coming on here telling everybody the OKC Thunder were cooked. And then I'm like, man, I got to start today's appearance by apologizing to Mars. My life sucks right now. My bad. I counted you guys out, but yeah. And then
Mavs and 6.
And then I'm listening to this show and I got a lot of thoughts, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Yeah, you better keep it to yourself. But you have something to say, go ahead and say it, buddy. Don't run from the smoke. So what do you have to say today, bro? What did you hear that you don't like,
y'all got to smile, boy.
Don't come up here and throw those little side jabs, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Paul.
Number one, I don't trust nobody who wears sunglasses inside. Number two, I don't trust grown men with LeBron posters. Number three, you want to do a real favor to your favorite player? Stop talking about him, because I promise you turn away more people than you turn it on.
Okay,
guaranteed.
Number one, bro, you live in a library. Number two, bro, you have Eminem look. You learn like you about to do a diss track, bro. Like, stop talking, bro. I just laid one down. Your mythical freaking Batman logicalness is not going to work here, bro. Like, straight up, bro. When it comes to LeBron James, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, this is the best player that ever exists, and you have a problem with it, that's fine, bro. But by the actual numbers, bro, it's this guy right here.
That's like, yo, bro. I don't even care. Just ask yourself when you sleep at night. Ask yourself why he wears number 23. Let's move on.
He wears number 23 because he was inspired by Jordan. He's still better than Jordan. That doesn't mean he's not better than Jordan.
Oh, man, y'all need to schedule another panel with me and this dude, but I don't think anyone will turn up because it'd be over in 2 minutes.
We don't even got to schedule. Hold on, Ron. We don't even got to schedule another panel. Let's do it right now.
Yeah, you can do it right now.
We're here to talk about the draft lottery, bro.
Plenty of time to talk about the draft.
You just
right now.
We
don't got to schedule it later. Let's do it right now.
You guys can get a nice little 15-minute one-on-one.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Can I tag in?
No.
Okay.
Jay,
okay.
keep your mouth shut.
I'm a chill.
Quiet.
All right, I'm a chill.
Okay, for real, right?
Not jump in.
How many great players played through Michael Jordan's era? A lot, right?
Oh, they're actually doing this.
Hakeem,
No, that's 100%. We doing this.
David Robinson,
Yep.
Shaq, Patrick Ewing, Zoe. There's a lot. I'm not even talking about the guards. There's a lot. Clyde Drexler, that's solid. Reggie Miller, that's solid. How many of those guys got rings on him? When he started cooking, it was over for the league. Rap. Now, how many players have I heard called the face of the league during LeBron's time? Kobe. You got Steve Nash winning multiple MVPs. You got Steph coming in. You got KD coming in. That was a debate. That was a real debate. Is KD? You had LeBron in his prime, towards the end of his prime, and Kawhi was called the best player in the world when he won a championship in Toronto. How is that greatness? You can say I like LeBron. What I have an issue with is people like you coming on and saying that he's better than Michael Jordan. You don't touch a decade of dominance. He didn't have people saying, is he better than Magic? Is he better than Bird? Those guys said themselves he's better than us. Let's move aside. It's not even close, man. It's not even close.
Okay,
and to me, it's just criminal.
So first of all, you named the first 5 players you named was all big men, and then you followed up with Clyde and Reggie Miller. And then on top of that, LeBron James has played by far better competition. In his position, Kevin Durant, you have KD, Carmelo Anthony, you have Kawhi Leonard, you have way multiple people that's actually better at the position than the players at Jordan's position. And then on top of that, there was no player that was even close to LeBron James in the whole entire decade. From 2008 until 2020, LeBron James was the best player on the planet. And there was no really a true debate. There might have been guys that had better regular seasons, but LeBron James showed them inside the playoffs that he's the better player. Just because LeBron has better competition in his era doesn't mean he's not better than Jordan. LeBron James dominated his era 10 times more than Jordan did his. Because LeBron James was not only the best player at a young age.
10 times more?
LeBron was not only the best player at the young age, he was the best player at an old age too. So yes, his entire career, he's been the best player, straight up.
Look, unfortunately, I like LeBron. I like LeBron a lot. I respect LeBron. I saw LeBron play when he was 16 years old.
Hey, yo, I'll let you talk, bro. I'll let you talk.
Fair.
LeBron James, all NBAs, clears Jordan. LeBron James, all-stars, clears Jordan. LeBron James, first all NBAs, clears Jordan. LeBron James clears Jordan in points, rebounds, assists. LeBron James in the playoffs clears Jordan in points, rebound, assists. LeBron James, more, you talk about MVP votes. LeBron James has more MVP votes than Jordan. LeBron James, 8 straight finals. LeBron James being the best player on 8 straight finals. That it doesn't matter. LeBron James inside of the actual finals was better more times than Jordan. LeBron James has had better performances inside of the finals. LeBron James longevity clears Jordan. LeBron James inside scoring clears Jordan. I'm taking LeBron James scoring over that. I'm taking LeBron James on the defense end. LeBron James guard 1 through 5. Right? Jordan can't do that. LeBron James has taken lesser teams than Jordan to the NBA finals. So it doesn't matter about competition. You try to mention competition, all that good stuff. There's not been a clear-cut better player than LeBron and throughout those years. You can name like Kawhi Leonard, that's fine. But you didn't mention that same year that you're naming Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James battled injuries. He came off 8 straight finals before that 2019 year. So that's not even true. And then LeBron James shut all that noise up the year after that and won Finals MVP and was way better than Kawhi Leonard. So anybody that thought Kawhi Leonard was the best player, you just a casual for saying that, bro. LeBron James has been the best player, and that's why he has the most MVP votes, straight up.
Everything you're talking about, it's all about accumulation over time. And you know what? You deserve credit for having this long a career and taking care of your body. I
didn't mention accumulation over time.
You did, because you said most points. You said most rebounds, most this, most that. That's all time. Okay? If that's the debate, well, I'm sorry. Then Karl Malone. Karl Malone is a better player than Shaq. Is that true? No, that's not true. Look, let me put it this way. Everyone wants to talk about he went to the finals and he lost. Right now, here's a question for everybody: Did Michael Jordan play in the stronger conference or the weaker conference?
LeBron played in strong conference.
You think LeBron, during most of his prime in the East, which was watered down, there were teams making the playoffs with 35 wins.
It wasn't watered down. It wasn't watered down. So let me ask you this: out of defensive
the East wasn't watered down during the Cavs run.
From LeBron James' first stint from 2000, right? I mean, from
2003.
I'm saying from 2003 until he left, 2010. When he left, who had the most defensive player of the years in the interconference? Was it the West or was it the East?
Bro, that's not the point. Which was the stronger conference? Jordan played in a stacked conference, bro. There was Charlotte, there was New York, there was Miami, there was a lot of great teams. There was Indiana.
So LeBron James era, and what he did in the East was weak, and it wasn't weak. It wasn't weak at all.
Him making it to the finals. I mean, look, you're talking
about the top teams inside of the East.
This entire debate
look at the bottom teams.
But that's not the point. The point is who you playing in the playoffs. Who are you getting through to get to the point?
LeBron played better defensive teams.
Look, here's the point. At some point, you have a stronger conference. A number of teams in the West, they would have never made it. So that's the whole problem with the stacking of the East and the West is someone got to come out of the East. And if the East is way weaker, well, the strongest in the weak. Now, I'm going to use your own logic against you. I don't know if it was you or Ticket, but somebody said if Boston was in the West, they would have gotten bounced. Was that you? Yeah. But Boston is the best team in the league by the record. Why? Because they were in the weaker conference. It's the same thing with LeBron's teams. But Jason Tatum isn't getting called, the greatest of all time. Look, I think LeBron is.
The thing is about that is it's completely different because there was actual hitters inside of the East with LeBron James, and on top of that, Jason Tatum. Is not the best
Indiana, Paul George, Roy Hibbert,
Jason
Indiana.
Tatum
Who else?
Jason Tatum's not the best player on the planet, bro. So it's a difference. LeBron's the best player on the planet.
There's a lot of debate about whether he was the best player on the planet for a lot of times. Look, how many people
you can't debate it.
I mean, we're okay.
All you have to go do is look at the leaders of
Jokic has been the best player. Jokic has been the best player in the league for the last 4 years. Prior to that, people said it was Giannis. Prior to that, people said it was Giannis. Prior to that, people said it was Steph. Prior to that, people said it was KD. When KD was coming up with
KD was never better than Bron. Steph Curry was never better than Bron. Jokic and all them got better than Bron at his later ages, and they barely bettered him. In 2020, LeBron still better than Jokic in 2020. Like, if you want to be honest, well, LeBron still has been better than all those guys. That you can name guys that try to
everything you're going to say is about accumulation. And honestly, you take those two championships.
You can name guys that try to you can name
bubble championship. One of
the most competitive champions of all time. We played the best eighth seed in 2020 bubble. By the way,
great.
Okay, then. So
you got a bubble championship. You got. Bro, you not comparing.
You're trying to say bubble championship. Like, you're trying to discredit it right now, dog.
It is discredited. There's a lot of crazy shit that happened in that.
So how can you discredit?
Have they gone back?
Did they defend their ring? Side of the West before the bubble happened, and then they dominated the bubble. They dominated. Exactly. They've been injured the entire time after that. So I mean, you're not really saying nothing, bro.
I don't know anyone in the world.
You're trying to listen. You can't just tell me why Michael Jordan is greater than LeBron James. The whole time you just tried to discredit LeBron. That's all you had to say. I can name things about LeBron James and why he's better without mentioning why Jordan is.
I just told you that for 10 straight years, even when Michael Jordan was retired, no one in the world could realistically debate him versus anybody.
You mentioned Kobe Bryant getting championship. You mentioned all these guys getting championship in early LeBron James years, but then you don't mention Larry Bird. You don't mention.
What are you talking about? Are you confused on timelines? Kobe didn't win championships during LeBron's time until 2009, 2010. That's different. But that's not early LeBron.
So why did you mention Kobe Bryant when you was mentioning guys that won championships? You mentioned his name when you said there were guys winning around the league other than LeBron James.
Did I mention Kobe?
Yes, you mentioned Kobe Bryant. Yes, you mentioned all the guys that won a championship with LeBron James was inside the league. But you don't. I don't even think I brought up Kobe. But hey,
I want to clarify. What Penn said was there were other guys who were the face of the league during LeBron's time. He didn't bring up Kobe's rings. He said face of the league. That's what he said.
So
yes,
clarify. Exactly. So
and that's true.
It isn't true though. But
when Jordan, there's other guys.
I'm just clarifying.
Kobe wasn't the face of the league.
Hold on, wait. So I was jumping real quick. No, Kobe, because of the situation he had with the whole case, the league 100% did not want to push him as the face of the league. LeBron been the face of the league since the first time he went to the finals. The NBA made a solid push to make the face of the league since about 2006. That's just fact. They didn't want to push Kobe because of his situation.
LeBron been the face of the league. That's what I'm saying.
It's one of those things. I'm not saying that's Kobe's fault, right? But because of that situation,
I feel like Kobe's
never been a face.
He had a hero arc. No. He had a villain arc. Kobe had a villain arc. You know, he went through the losing. He hit the 81 points, all that stuff, and then he had a hero arc. And I feel like he rose up. And I feel like
I
the
think
league
both.
celebrated
never
him.
the face of the league.
I don't think he was the face.
Though.
He was never the
face of the league.
He was one of the face. Hold on, what I say? LeBron was obviously like the face they were pushing. Kobe was one of those guys. I think one in terms of like basically there's one guy and there's other guys you still kind of push because they win here and there.
Until
Magic.
Until 2010, the 2011, the narrative was LeBron went to Miami to learn how to win from Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade. No one had to teach Michael Jordan how to win.
How?
Okay.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
The Pistons beat him on his ass and taught him how to win.
All right, bro. Hold on. Just stop talking right now, please, bro. Because you're saying nonsense right now. Listen.
Okay, Phil Jackson helped. I'll agree with that.
Hold on, bro. Shut up, bro. LeBron James has taken teams before he has had any all-time great coach to the NBA Finals. He has had winning records and taken teams deep inside the playoff run without any great coach. Jordan could even win without Phil Jackson. So he literally got taught how to win with Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson gave him the whole entire formula. LeBron James is the system. Jordan was inside of a system. So that's a difference.
Are you under the impression that Michael Jordan never made the playoffs without Phil Jackson? Because that's not true.
I didn't say made the play. He never made it past the first round.
Yes, he was.
19.
That's not true. But okay.
He
was going up against. He was going up against the championship Celtics, the championship Detroit Pistons, bro. Every argument you've used throughout this entire hour and a half can be used right back against you.
You cannot mention. No, you cannot. LeBron James.
Hold on. You said earlier, if I recall correctly, and I definitely do, that you said that LeBron's greatness should be amplified because every team that beat him eventually went to the finals and won the championship, right?
Yep.
Well, who was Jordan losing to? Was Jordan losing to
He didn't
Bonds?
have the competition. He didn't have nowhere near
Jordan lost to the Pistons that won the championship those years, right? And then when he got over them, he started winning, and he didn't stop winning. So that's what I'm saying.
He did stop winning. He stopped winning in 1995 when he lost to Orlando. What do you mean? He definitely stopped winning. And a lot of guys,
he came back like for a month. That should not count.
You guys try to act like Jordan. The guys didn't eat on Jordan's watch, and that's bull. That's BS.
There's didn't.
Multiple guys eat on Jordan's watch. Magic. What's called Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, Hakeem.
Those were before his time. Those were before his time. That's like saying Shaq ate on LeBron's watch.
You just named multiple guys on LeBron James because LeBron has a whole 21 years. You just named multiple guys that ate on LeBron James' watch, bro.
Can I just jump in real quick? You guys are both, you're making points where you're going kind of back and forth. So I just want to ask a quick question here. What's your name again? Sorry, I'm getting your name again.
That's
Me, Pen. You can call me Pen.
Pen. What's up, Pen? So I just want to know. So like the Suns Bulls series, right? 93 finals, phenomenal series. Jordan 41, 8-6, shot 50% from the field, phenomenal, right? Kind of all-time great finals performance. Scottie Pippen, the second guy, 21, 9-7. It was great that series. Right? Played a main defense. Now, if Scottie Pippen, let's say, got hurt that series, he missed the series, missing his defense, missing the offensive playmaking, rebounding, all that, right? You missed that, and the Bulls lost, right? Because Scottie Pippen got hurt, they just couldn't match up. Does that make and let's say Jordan, he tried to make up for that scoring. He averaged 46 on 50% shooting. He averaged like 8 assists because he had to take over more playmaking, passing. So he had all-time great numbers. Statistically was great. He had trying to kind of carry that team. If he lost that series because Scottie Pippen got hurt, right? Would that make him less great in your eyes? I just want to know, would that make him less great?
No.
Okay. So that's the thing when I have this whole like winning and losing thing is you can play great and still lose.
Look, right? I understand the team concept versus the individual. I get that. But also the context of where you play, what conference you play in, and how you even got to the place where you're in a position to win or lose matters. 100%. So when people use LeBron's finals record against him, I say if he played in the West all those years, he would have lost to those teams before he got to the finals. So
what
he
he
wouldn't be able to bring up
No, he would not.
Whoa.
If he lost to them in the finals, then he would have lost to them before the finals. And that's the reason.
What we doing right now?
Right. What's going on? What's happening?
No,
right?
you can't.
I think it depends on the team that's built. Again, there's so many other variables, right? Like that same team wouldn't be in the
one.
West,
We don't know who we would have been playing for in the West.
Exactly.
Thing, right?
Number
Number
two, we're talking about a 25-year-old LeBron James. We ain't talking about James being older. We're talking about James when he went to Miami. He was 25.
I'm saying if you just ported Cleveland into the
no, we're not doing that. No,
just put Cleveland into the West.
That's the Eastern team, bro.
You can't do that though. You can't do that
because they're built for the West.
No.
It's just two different conferences, 100%. I think they're especially during the
my point is at the end you have a bunch of series that culminate into a finals, and I'm just saying that sometimes the two best teams don't play in the finals. Sometimes they play in the Western Conference Finals. Sometimes they play in the West semis. I saw that Portland Trailblazers team get smoked by the Los Angeles Lakers and Shaquille O'Neal, and I was pretty sure that Portland team could have been a finals team had they gotten past the Lakers, or the Sacramento Kings when they got smoked by the Lakers in the early 2000s. Those teams were really good.
Right.
Those teams were championship contenders. Every year there's 3 championship contenders. I think the 2019 Raptors come to mind. Raptors were a championship contender that year. The Warriors were a championship contender that year. The Bucks were a championship contender. Sixers were a championship contender. Raptors had to go through the Sixers, the Bucks, and then the Warriors. They went through 2 championship contenders and Orlando.
They got very lucky in the finals too.
They did get lucky. I'll admit that. KD plays probably, maybe. It's a different series.
Bro, LeBron's been the face of the league for like 20 years.
Okay,
so, I mean,
now we're getting to a point where we're going in circles. So we're finished
he's
now.
He's been the best player. He's been the best player for 20 years. So
this is a very popular debate. No one is going to end this debate, but I'm just saying.
We do it every other episode.
Okay.
But the thing about it is,
we got to go to the draft, man. We got to go to the draft. Where's Ron?
So that the fact that's the sad part, man, because at the end of the day, bro, you just named all straight centers,
Dion, we aren't doing this anymore.
Superchats, Mars.
Because the sentence point you just made, you made 15 minutes ago. We're going in circles. We don't need to do it
anymore.
Another point. I didn't bring.
No, we don't need other points.
I didn't bring up longevity, bro. I also brung.
We had the conversation, Dion. We are done.
Peak longevity, bro.
Yeah, you won. Congratulations, you won. Okay, we are done.
LeBron James the GOAT, bro.
Yes.
Straight up. We win it. I'm here all day. You tried to mention, bro, competition and
yeah, I'm not. Coach Sonda said Dion is here. This is gonna be a flop. No comment. And then he said Dion might be the Quinn Cook of the panel.
Quinn Cook is crazy.
I don't even know what that is.
You said Dion is here. Might be a flop, bro. You crazy, bro. You're out of your mind, bro. That's your problem, dog. Keep commenting. Keep commenting, though, bro. Keep commenting, bro. Yeah, straight up.
He said that at the beginning, though. Just to be clear.
Long time ago.
Long time, like an hour and a half ago.
Ron didn't read it, so I'm getting to it now. So
yes.
My bad. A regular said, "Yo, take your shades off. You didn't watch the game. Kyrie is getting blitzed. Are we ignoring that?" When you spoke about Kyrie's aggressiveness and not being that guy.
He'd be more aggressive off 4 quarters. I mean, he has Luka on the floor. Can't get blitzed that much.
And JJ Watt said he's in support of your sunglasses. So
appreciate it, fam.
There you go. Kwabe said, "You are the LeBron I promised school valedictorian."
Man, I wish I would have went there, bro. But I was too old, bro.
Weren't they failing their classes in that school? Weren't they failing their classes?
Bro, I mean, but all these kids are getting the privilege to go to a school, bro. These kids are lower kids that didn't even have that type of education before they got that. So I mean, they're doing better than they was before, and that's all that matters.
Maybe Kanye will open up a school.
LeBron school. Jordan just opened up a hospital too. That's out there. So shout out Jordan.
We aren't doing.
I'm just saying. Shout out all the good stuff.
We aren't doing public service.
No, we gotta give a shout out to the good public service they've done. Yeah, we're not gonna go here.
The Flame says, "Shout out King Tatum. He heard the narratives. We spoke a little bit about the game, not too much."
Yeah.
Almighty Lambo said, "Dion got you guys in a blender." Shout out to Almighty Lambo.
He's a Cleveland Cavs guy and an Ohio guy too, buddy. So.
And Mello Williams says that Dion needs to stop pushing AD as the Jokic stopper.
Was he though? I mean, that sounded wild.
There's no such thing as a Jokic stop.
Yeah, that sounded wild as hell.
Yes, there is real bigs. Real bigs.
No. I thought that narrative was over. I remember the first 2 games, Minnesota. Oh, Jokic couldn't handle physicality. That's still a narrative. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Brian Carter has also requested you to take the shades off. He said, "Why these guys got to talk about LeBron all the time?" Content.
That's what we
you
do.
see, yesterday LeBron went to the game. ESPN put the headline, "Why is LeBron at the
game?" Like it wasn't Mother's Day and he didn't have a reason to be.
Come on.
But Brian Kendall, actual basketball talk, finally. He said, "What's good, you guys? What are you guys' thoughts on Josh Giddey? I'm a big Thunder fan, and the way he's declined this year is just frustrating to watch. Do you think they should not start him right now? Do you guys have any thoughts on Josh Giddey?"
You shouldn't be a fan of Josh Giddey.
I mean, that's crazy. I don't think he should start though. This series, it's just not. It's not his series.
Any series, no series is his series.
Unless someone's hurt, I can see that. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
He's just one of those players where him scoring is predicated on everything else that he does. Like he does a lot of other stuff really good. He's a really good distributor. He's a really good playmaker. He doesn't. He's really good in transition. He doesn't defend very well, but on the offensive side of the ball, he does a lot of those other things. The problem is that if he's not making shots, all those other things go out of the window. It almost makes him unplayable. And this is a prime example in this series against Dallas where he's not making shots. So he's almost the double team man. If he's not the double team man, they're basically phasing him out of the offense where it's almost 5-on-4. He can't really play make. Why? Because they basically backed off of him. So he can't get in the lane and finish around the rim because he can't shoot. So that's taken away from a lot of his game. It's taken away from a lot of his game, which is almost making him unplayable.
So what do you think the answer is, if there is one?
To be honest with you, Mars, the answer is get him off the floor. Yes. I think the answer is get him off the floor. He could be, I feel like he could be in the game in situations. What I mean when I say situations, I feel like he could be in the game when we need a ball handler for a couple of minutes, where he won't kill us for a couple of minutes, where he won't kill us, where maybe we could speed the game up for a little bit. Other than that, we can't have him in the game long. We can't.
And if you guys have a thought, Penn, Jalen?
Look, I'm with him. If you want to bench him this series, get Carson Wallace out there more. I'm not mad at that. Casey Wallace. Sorry, I don't know why I keep on calling him. Yeah, just get a little more shooting out there. I thought, that's definitely probably beneficial for them in this particular series.
Wait, we got to settle this. Is it Kaysen or Kayson?
It's Kaysen.
I've heard Kayson a lot.
Oh, if it is Kayson, then I apologize.
I've heard Kaysen.
I've always thought it was Kaysen. I've always thought it was Kaysen.
Chat, settle this. If somebody knows him or something, like let us know, because I've heard Kaysen
from the draft. It was Kaysen Wallace.
Yeah, I've always heard Kaysen, but
I've heard a lot of white people saying Kaysen. I've heard a lot of people like who actually played with him say Kaysen. So
we could get to the bottom of that by who know him. What's his name?
I don't think anyone knows him.
Right. Like who know this dude? Is it Kaysen or is it Kaysen?
Okay. OBG Kenobi saying it's Kaysen.
Right. I don't want to be calling this something that's not his name. If his name is Kaysen, then
Kaysen.
Oh, okay. Whoops, my bad.
Right.
Culture Thunder again. He said, "Why are we talking about the Lakers? They're in Cancun."
Who should we be talking about, Culture? Since
the playoff teams and the draft lottery, which we're going to get to.
We need to ban Lakers talk, man. Because
we need to ban you because you have no clue what you're talking about. How about that?
No. I feel like we're barreling towards another one of these.
Bro. That's the whole point. That's the whole point why LeBron James is better than.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
bro. I'm sorry. I should not have said anything bad about the Lakers. My bad. The Lakers are the greatest franchise ever. Please, oh my God, stop.
You have no clue what you're talking about.
Holy fuck, man.
There was no other face in the league other than LeBron James. Straight up. Go look at it. Go look at it.
That's great.
Go in the corner, man. Just stop it.
Tay sent an empty super chat. Shout out to you, Tay, for the.
Hey, Tay. Yo, hey, Tay. Pay your debts, yo. You send a super chat.
Pay the super chat. Pay the super chat.
You owe some
people. Tay, but you got to pay my guy early.
Say less said Swiper was crying for Embiid to go. You are a liar. See, Ron should have read that when Swiper was actually here when we were talking about the Jamal Murray lack of a suspension. And MW said, when are we going to talk about Spider ruining development? You guys think Spider's ruining the development of the Cavs players?
I don't know about ruining it, Mars, but I do feel like he kind of slowed it down because before he got on the crew again, Darius Garland, all-star. Evan Mobley was turning in like he was second. He was finished second in the league in defensive player of the year. You know how I feel about him. They had Lauri Markkanen. I mean, that team was young. I didn't think Lauri Markkanen would be in Utah what he was going to be. I thought he's a 15-8 guy, to be quite honest with you. I didn't think that he would be that good. But when you get a star like Donovan Mitchell getting on the crew, my game now has to change. And it's not like Donovan Mitchell is coming on the crew. It's not like Donovan Mitchell is coming on the crew at like 32 or 33 like Garnett did with the Celtics. No, he's still a young guy. He was only 25 years old. So you got other young guys who nobody was on the crew at that time that was over 22 years old. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Okoro, and Darius Garland. These are kids who see this guy, and now automatically the idea is to take a back seat to him. When in reality, we should still be doing our thing with his help. We should not have to take a back seat to him. So I don't think he ruined it more than he kind of slowed it down.
Everybody in Cleveland want Darius Garland gone. We don't want him there.
We're not going to use a one-game sample size to say Mitchell is destroying or stopping the advance of these guys. Like I think Mobley could have taken a step with Mitchell there, be a clear number two. He hasn't done that. Garland could be a lot more consistent. He had a good game, sure, but he hasn't been consistent.
What is this assumption that just because someone's a high draft pick that they have to suddenly be a number 2 option? Evan Mobley is a fantastic player defensively. Offensively, he's a work in progress. He's not very assertive. Sometimes you wish more from him. And I think that we all have this maybe assumption as relatively normal sized human beings when we see someone who's 6'11" that they should be Shaquille O'Neal. That's never really been his game ever. And honestly, to anyone who drafts Alex Sarr, get ready because it's gonna be a lot worse than Evan Mobley. I promise you that.
Offense.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. We got super chats, and I really want to get into the draft because
we really need to because the combine happened yesterday and some interesting shit.
Yeah, I've seen some very interesting things. Yeah,
Ronnie James.
Tito Urban.
That's crazy.
Tito El Bandito said, "Chill. Can you tell all these football heads why it would be easier for an NBA player to transition to the NFL rather than vice versa?"
Okay, stop right there. It would not be easier for NBA players to transition to the NFL. Let me tell you why. There's a reason. Explain why, Dion. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Explain why? They're freaking 6'8" and jumping out the gym.
Okay.
Like I've literally played both sports. It's way easier to transition to football than it is to basketball.
And you know why
it's not close.
And you know why you don't play football anymore? Because your fucking ass got popped. That's why. You realize
no, it's not.
This is not true. This is why basketball players have transitioned from football to basketball. Because the majority of us, I actually played football. My mother made me quit because she saw me get hurt in one game. I was actually good. But the majority of football players, basketball players, they've gotten popped and realized, you know what? This ain't for me. I'm going to go play football.
They've seen the skill set. They've seen how hard they was. And they've seen the money that's getting made. They've seen the freedom inside the NBA. That's why they chose to play basketball. Because basketball has more freedom than the NFL. That's the only reason.
It's a lot rougher. It's a lot tougher. Football players are wired differently than basketball players are. Football players, they're not in a contact sport. Even though basketball is 99% contact, football is a collision sport. To have somebody crashing into you for 3 hours, you got to be wired different. Football players, when you see a football player out as opposed to a basketball players are a lot more chill. They're more inviting. A football player invites you outside of the grocery store. That's who football players are. They're always ready for action. They're always ready to get it on. Why? Because they're wired different. Basketball players are not that. It's not just about athletic ability. It's not just about the fact that you can jump high. When you get body slammed, what that does to your brain, it actually makes you think differently. When you get popped running across the middle, that makes you think differently. Am I going to keep doing this? Do I want to keep doing this? Football players, on the other hand, that's the way they operate. Basketball players don't operate.
So maybe we got to counter this 1 sec. I rarely ever disagree with anything you got to say, but I got a hypothetical for you. If I made a team of the best football players in the NBA and the best basketball players in the NFL, which team do you think would be more competitive?
The best basketball players in the NFL and the best football players.
Aren't they like 52 roster spots?
Okay, yeah, this is the thing. This
is disgusting work.
You get 53 NBA players?
But
No. Like a team of
11 on 11.
Yeah. Like 11 thing. Because I'm telling you, like LeBron, like I get what you're saying, the mentality and all that stuff, contact, etc. But there are a lot of NBA players that have that.
Oh, I'm not going to argue that.
They may have chosen like the notion that all people who quit football quit because they're scared and they don't like contact. In my opinion, that's not true. Some of them just want to have longer careers. The average NFL career is just a little bit shorter. Right. So you look at a guy like LeBron James, you look at a guy like Jalen Suggs. They play a hell of a lot like football players, and frankly, they could have been stars. I think LeBron and like I see some guys, maybe big fella up in North Carolina. NC State.
I know who you're talking about.
The college player. Like that guy would be friggin'. I have a feeling he'd be a great football player. So I'm just saying, like, even guys like Jokic. I don't talk about Jokic because he's in Serbia. He doesn't play American football. But
Jokic would actually be a really good offensive lineman.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's but DJ Burns. Some of these exaggerated features, weirdly enough, I'm agreeing with Dion on this. Like 6'11", coordinated and can run really fast, actually translates very well to football.
Sure, absolutely. And on top of that, bro, and this is not 1965 when you was playing football, OG. This is 2024. These guys are not allowed to hit as hard as they used to be able to. The sport's way more soft.
And I've seen football players dominate in basketball when they're great basketball players, like Allen Iverson. all that football came through, right?
That's in high school. One thing we have to say here first.
It's not just high school, bro.
No, he dominated high school. But hold on. So when we talk about guys, they can go to the NFL or NBA. No athlete is going to another league right off the bat. No one is playing basketball in NFL at the same time. That's not a thing. You're not going to do that. You know why? Hold on. I understand the position of NBA guys saying, specifically in the wide receiver and tight end position, a guy like LeBron James, who's 6'9", 6'8", can jump, catch the ball, whatever. Sure. If he had chosen football, could he have been a great tight end? Absolutely, without a doubt. But like Chill said, though, the reason why football players, why it's so different is your body has to learn to take a hit. For you to consistently keep getting hit like that over and over again, your body builds almost kind of like a exactly. They build a tolerance for that. Sure. So an NBA guy going right away, no matter who you are, is not going to have that. Even LeBron James, who I think is the greatest athlete to ever live too. He could go the NFL and suddenly take those hits. No. Now if he did a year off season, get his body right, whatever, 100%, then I think he could definitely do that maybe in his prime.
I think I could turn Anthony Edwards in a couple of years into a peak NFL football player.
Anthony Edwards, looking at him, he got safety written all over him.
Right.
He's got safety written all over.
That's fine athletically. But mentally, that's tough.
Right, that's what I'm talking about, Penn. So back to your point when you talked about, back to your point when you said that these guys choose, last point, I'm sorry, Mars, these guys choose to play basketball because of a longer career. Right, because of the physicality of football. And how you have to be wired to continuously take on the punishment of being hit day in and day out, constantly throughout a game. I'd much rather play basketball because 1, I don't have to deal with that. 2, I can get paid more in terms of guaranteed money. 3, I can play longer. I don't have to deal with any of that.
But that wasn't the argument. The argument was ease of transition, not willingness to transition. Like, for instance, how easy is it for me to go to the grocery store right now? Real easy. Do I want to go to the grocery store right now? No. You know what I mean? So that's my point. Like, it's just the concept of how, if like the concept would be Jalen Suggs, I grab him, I grab the best basketball player, who played football up until a certain level. I grab the best NFL player. I give them both an incentive. I'll give you $20 million to go to the other league. Which one has the easier path? We
still haven't named one NFL player that can transition to the NBA. We named 10 NBA players. Can you guys name me one NFL player that can transition to the NBA, please?
NFL
one.
Player.
Back in the day, I know like Antonio Gates.
Long story short, the NFL takes a different mental makeup than
it does.
The NBA. That's really what we're getting to. So,
bro, hitting a shot, bro, is a different mental
I feel like I could put up a pretty competitive football team, like with NFL, with NBA players. Lou Dort, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, like Nikola Jokic.
You're talking one or two positions, though. Wait,
Zion. That's a beastly NFL. I don't know if they'll probably lose a lot of games, but I'm saying that's a beastly football team.
No one is playing quarterback. Let's just say no one is just jumping.
Jalen Suggs was
a quarterback. Scotty Barnes could play quarterback. A lot of these guys can play quarterback.
Just because he played great quarterback in high school, they'll be playing the NFL.
Giannis on a football field. Look at those size. Look at the hands. Look at the arms.
It don't matter. Do you know the brain capacity to be quarterback in the
NFL?
Leon
just said what guy can transition. The kid that plays
quarterback is crazy.
What's the kid's name that plays for Phoenix? Went to Baylor. He played football at Baylor.
Grayson Allen? No,
not Grayson Allen. He's a rotation guy on Phoenix.
Is he still in Phoenix or is he in Memphis?
He might be in Memphis now. He was in Phoenix. He was in Phoenix earlier this year, light-skinned kid. He played football. He played football.
Wainwright? Ish Wainwright?
That might be
Yes. Ish Wainwright would definitely be on my football team. That guy's crazy.
He played football at Baylor. He plays for the Phoenix Suns. And to your point, I mean, and Dion just said, name me one NFL player. I don't know if you noticed, but Charlie Ward. He won the Heisman Trophy, Dion. I don't know if you noticed. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1993. He played 10 years in the NBA. 10 of them. They should have a 30 for 30 on him, by the way.
That's probably the only one. Huh? That's the only one ever.
Yeah, he played 10 years.
Okay, so, now I got super chats. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Steven
said, if I can get through the super chats, but we keep making everyone a 10-minute conversation.
Okay.
Steven said, watch your mouth about New York, cuz. Shout out to BX and New ROC. I don't know these areas, so
Brooklyn.
Sorry.
Bro, I love New York, but you guys, New York Knicks team is not going to do anything. You guys are going to lose.
Oh, Bronx and New Rochester?
New Rochelle.
Ah, damn close. Kwabe said Zion got crazy generational hype and won nothing.
He got crazy hype, but it hasn't worked out yet.
It's young. Still young.
Yeah.
Ron sends Jalen to hell talking about Ron sent Jalen to hell talking about Asia got a shoe because of Caitlin Clark. The disrespect.
Oh, let me explain. Hold up. The reason Asia got a shoe deal, this is exactly what happened in Nike's boardroom meeting. Exactly. And I'm not in that room, but I've been in some rooms like that. This is what happened. They got a lot of flack because Caitlin got a shoe deal. And then it was also Sabrina Ionescu got a shoe deal. And I think Brianna Store got a signature shoe. So there was the whole idea of they're only giving the white girls a shoe deal. So they go to meeting. Hey, bad press. Let's just, let's kind of mediate this down. Asia was a great player, MVP on that championship, 100%. Let's give her a shoe, quiet people down, 100%. That's what happened. Also, Caitlin Clark coming to the NBA, suddenly bringing a lot more money, more views, a lot more attention. They're willing to give out a few more shoe deals. So Caitlin Clark does affect that. But let's be real. The reason why Asia Wilson got that is because Nike wanted to avoid that situation. And let's be real. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, they all got signature shoe deals long before any of these guys.
I had a pair of Cynthia.
And they were African American women. The reason why they stopped making them because it didn't sell. That's why. The reason why they stopped making them is because they didn't sell. So as much as we all like to paint these big corporations as, oh, they're this, they might be racist, this, that. I promise you, the one thing, if Asia Wilson sells $100 million worth of shoes and Caitlin Clark doesn't sell less, she's going to get the number 2, 3, 4. Because all they really care about is the amount of revenue you generate for them and the amount of money you bring them. That's their primary concern, nothing else. I promise you. They could hate Asia Wilson as a person, whatever, but if she's bringing them the same amount of money as Michael Jordan, you think they're going to care if they like her or not? No.
Business 101 with
100%. 100%. That's it.
Zero just vibe and said, isn't this the same complaint Domo had about Orlando? It's just how these companies run. Talent can be crazy, but I'm from Chicago. I can admit no casuals like myself are watching Sky basketball. Talking about why the Sky doesn't get nationally televised games. Right. Tyler T said Jokic better. Facts.
Is he better, Mars?
Yes. Dirt TV with a $20 super chat. He said, sure, I have a question. I hear people like to say LeBron couldn't handle the 80s and 90s, but isn't his build close to Len Bias, who they said would have been unbelievable, and Bron is much more talented? This can be a one-sentence answer, please.
Not even a one-sentence answer, Mars. A one-word answer. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's simple.
LeBron could play in the 80s and 90s. There we go.
We all agree.
Rambo said, glad Jalen confirmed the league wants more games theory. Felt this way since the 16 finals when they suspended Dre to extend the series. No comment, please, guys. Thank you.
I mean, they've done it throughout NBA.
Jalen.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Big said, chill, tell these people that keep talking John about a 6'5" to 6'7" dude would have no knees, no ACLs. This dumb. How many NFL players you know over 6'4"? So basically, he's saying those guys, these NBA players are too tall to play in the NFL.
A lot of guys in the NFL are big guys.
How tall is Gronkowski?
6'7".
Exactly. So the tight end position specifically, you can have 6'6", 6'7" guys.
Being tall is never going to be a disadvantage in the NFL. It's the problem is when you get to 6'7", 6'8", you tend to get less coordinated. NBA athletes are super freaking coordinated at 6'6". It's an advantage to be taller as a quarterback. It's definitely an advantage.
You can see more. Problem is, as a lineman, though, when you say guys playing lineman, the problem is Jokic can never really play lineman because they're just going to undercut his knees all the time. He's too tall to play lineman. You can't be 7 foot and play lineman. And the amount of mass you put on your body, it doesn't work. Linemen have to be in that 6'4", 6'5", like 6.
Let's try Jokic at quarterback and see how that goes.
It's not gonna.
Speaking of, Grayson said you can play an NFL game and not get hit. No way LeBron or Luka can't play QB. Why do we automatically think about linemen and RBs when comparing?
First and foremost, you cannot play an NFL game and not get hit.
Yeah, that's Tom Brady.
Even a kicker has to worry about getting hit. So you're gonna get hit.
But that is basically all the super chats. Bino says send you into Cancun and let's talk about the draft. I am going to talk about the draft. So the draft lottery did happen 2 nights ago.
Yes.
I can show you. I can tell you guys the results if you guys are interested.
Let's see it.
I can bring it up.
I predicted it live on air as it was happening. Atlanta won.
You predicted Atlanta to win
when they showed the top 4 teams that were remaining. As they were being called out, I said San Antonio 4, and then it was like San Antonio 4.
NBA doesn't want to reward tanking.
This is the order, as you can see. You've got the Atlanta Hawks lucking out and getting the first pick with some of the worst odds. The Wizards came in second. The Rockets got the 3rd pick from Brooklyn. The Spurs got the 4th pick. The Pistons fell to 5 for the 3rd straight year. The Hornets get the 6th pick. The Blazers get the 7th pick. The Spurs get the 8th pick that conveyed from the Raptors due to the Jakob Poeltl trade, I believe. The Grizzlies got the 9th pick, the Jazz 10, the Bulls 11, the Thunder get Houston's pick at 12, the Kings got the 13th pick, and the Blazers got the Warriors pick at 14.
So Mars.
So with that, what are you guys' thoughts on the draft lottery?
So Mars, this league, what is this league comprised of in terms of the better players? Like when you think about the better players in the league, who are teams built around? I feel like and I'll let you
big
answer
wings.
Now the 6'8" plus wing guys, I'd say, is what the league is now.
So,
6'8", versatile, those type of players.
So not the 6'2" or the 6'3".
Nah,
the
6'6"
guard. We're not doing that. So basically,
Like
the 6'8", the 6'9" swingman, that's the guy we building our unit around. So if that's the case, the Atlanta Hawks, what you've done over the last 6 years with Trae Young has not worked. I think you've done a terrible job building this unit around him. I think with the exception of 2021, I think that they finished outside. I think they finished outside the top 10 0 times. 0. I mean, I thought outside the top 8 in terms of a playoff team. 0 times. So with that being said, who is your franchise player and who are you building this unit around? If you look at the guys remaining today, so if I'm not mistaken, what is this kid's name? Ricochet. Is this your guy, or is it the kid? Is this your guy, or is it the kid from Tennessee? Is that your guy? Because you got to get a franchise player in order to move forward. When you're talking about building a unit, we got to get somebody who we're building this around. And this league today is built around the big wing, in your estimation. So who are we building this thing around? Which way is Atlanta going?
This draft doesn't, in my opinion, someone could disagree with me. This draft doesn't have the wing that I think you can build around and guarantee they're going to translate. I think there's 2 wing options who I think have high ceilings. Ron Holland and Buzelis. But I think the number 1 pick is going to be Alex Sarr. I think the Hawks have needed a big. Defensively, I think he has the tools to be very, very good. Now, offensively, I don't like what I see right now. Like, to be honest, I'm not high on his offense right now. But the Hawks have been a horrific defense for a while. Alex Sarr can, with reps and development, can become a defensive anchor for a team that has a poor defensive point guard. I'm assuming they're going to keep Trae. I don't think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to keep Trae and put Alex Sarr next to him. But if there was a draft that getting the number 1 pick was inconsequential, I think is this one. Yeah, in like the most polite way possible.
Well,
it's still consequential
compared to everything around it. I think if you got to pick which draft you'd least want the number 1 pick.
No, I get you. I get what you're saying. And like, I've covered drafts since 2002. I've been writing about them. I've been watching them, whatever. And I'm doing it this year too. And this draft is really unique because a lot of people brand it as weak. It's different. It's flat.
It's not very. It's top
a flat.
Heavy. It's
draft.
Very even. Yeah.
Right. But what that means is like every draft is comprised of 120-ish players, right? So if I simply take 3 or 4 guys out of 2003, and I take the top guys, but then I add back a Rudy Gobert and maybe a couple of good role players down the line, it's still like it's going to be considered a trash draft. But at the end of the day, if you're picking 7th, what does it matter to you? Still same guys available. So that's where I say like this draft being flat means you're actually in a really good position if you have a 7th pick, an 8th pick, a 9th pick. You might actually be in a pretty bad position if you have a number 1 or number 2 pick for 2 reasons. Number 1, you still got to pay them like a number 1 pick. Doesn't matter that they don't deserve to be number 1. If you take Modest Buzelis number 1, not only is he going to have to hear all year and probably for his whole life how he's the worst number 1 pick ever, or one of them, because no one's going to be worse than Michael Olowokandi, but he's going to have to live up to that pressure. But also from a cap sheet perspective, because you got the new CBA, the new apron, and the team building philosophy of this, you got $12 million on your book for a player that's probably not going to contribute to winning for a very long time. That's the tough thing about taking a guy number 1 in this draft, and that's why I'm not really caring about who took. But if you do identify that star, to speak to Chill's point about, you got to take the guy that you want to build around, might I offer the perspective that maybe that player doesn't always exist in every draft?
Yeah,
it also
number 1 pick doesn't mean franchise player every year. That's not.
No, it doesn't. But typically it means sometimes an all-star, right? But if you look like and this is just to any fan base out there that says, "Oh, tank at all costs," go down the league top 9 guys who were MVP award winners or award front runners this year, and tell me where they were drafted. The top 5, top 6. I mean, the guy who won was 41st,
Jokic
right?
41.
You got Jalen Brunson at 33rd, right? You got Giannis at 15th, right? And then you got a whole bunch of guys who frankly didn't make the qualification list or whatever for some reason. But like you got guys like Kawhi who had a solid year. He was a 15th guy. PG was a late lottery guy. Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell were like 13th overall picks. Draft value is everywhere, right? So in this draft, I'm willing to bet that the best player is probably going to be picked after 5 somewhere. And I have a feeling
it's going to be second round to be Bronny James.
Who do you think the Hawks should take, Pen? Who do you think the Hawks should take?
Not Alex Sarr. So I think if I was the Hawks, I would try to trade down personally because I just don't see them. But there's a couple of guys in this draft that I really like. There's one guy specifically that I think did himself a lot of favors yesterday at the Combine. And frankly, I've been talking about this guy all year because I think he's so unique athletically. And that's Yves Missi.
I like him.
He's so interesting athletically, man. Coordinated, new to basketball. We have seen this before from Cameroon. Sounds like somebody, Pascal Siakam. I remember watching a very young Serge Ibaka before the Thunder picked him, before he blew up and everything. And I remember watching a little mixtape of his, and I was like, this guy, if this jump shot is even real, he's gonna pop. With Yves Missi, I feel like that jump shot is a little real. And if that jump shot becomes real, his fluidity at his size and his athleticism, he doesn't even know how to play basketball yet. And he's good. Right. I think he could be really good.
He's a project.
But the thing that separates him from prospects like Bruno Caboclo, who were also new to basketball, is he's also remarkably smart. And I look for intelligence with young players. That's why I really liked Jarris Walker last year. That's why I liked guys like Denny Avdia, Dyson Daniels. There's a lot of smart guys. Keegan Murray. There's a lot of guys. You talk to a guy for like even 2 minutes, or you listen to him talking in an interview. Like, does he get his game? Does he understand what he's good at and bad at right now? Because if he doesn't, there's no hope. There's no hope. This guy's going to need interventions. But with Yves Missi, he gets it. I think he's going to be really good, and I would not be surprised to see him in the lottery.
Yeah, lottery I don't think is crazy. Go ahead.
Bronny James will be in this draft. He's not going to get drafted. He might not get drafted top 10, but I'm calling it right now. In this draft, Bronny James will be a top 5 player coming out of this draft.
That's wild.
That's straight up.
I would bet my house.
I got a question for you.
I would bet my life.
I just want to Dion for the next 20 minutes until we end. Are you only going to have an opinion on Bronny James when we talk about this draft class?
No, in this entire draft, no.
I just got one question for you, Dion.
He also got to talk about Bryce James and possibly Savannah.
What kind of player do you see?
Hey, watch out about Savannah, bro.
When you look at Bronny James, what kind of player are you looking at? What do you see when you look at him?
Jrue Holiday.
I see a guy who just measured 3 inches shorter yesterday than he was supposed to.
Yeah, that was a concern.
What does that mean? He plays above the rim. He has a 40-inch vertical. So I see Jrue Holiday and I mix with Damian Lillard. I'm dead serious. It's Jrue Holiday because of the defense and how fast he is, how agile he is, and Damian Lillard because Damian Lillard was playing above the rim when he first came in there. And he was a great 3-point shooter, and he could play make. So that's going to be a Jrue Holiday, Damian Lillard combination. He's going to be a good role player.
Did he even average double digits?
That's not a role player.
At USC?
Jrue Holiday and Dame is the best player going.
Yes, Mars, that is not a role player.
Well, I don't think
it is a role player.
Bro, please don't make this about Bronny James, bro. There's like 100 prospects better than him.
We're not doing that.
We aren't doing a Bronny James segment because respectfully, there's a lot of prospects who deserve more.
Can we talk about the best prospect in the draft?
But I will say, shout out to Bronny James for shooting well in the drills
and jumping very high. Good for Bronny. We are supporting Bronny.
I'm not moved by like making open jumpers in the gym. Personally, like I don't take it into heavy consideration. But shout out to Bronny James showing scouts that he still can shoot the ball. I don't think he's as bad as a shooter as he was at USC. But the other prospects are definitely going to get spoken about more.
Is he better than Steph Curry? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's just move on.
The other prospect I think we got to focus on. I think I'd actually take him first overall now. We talk about big wing players, the size, offense. I think he could definitely shoot the ball well. Defense, I think he might be the best defensive player in the draft. I think Zachary Richard. Yeah, Richard. I think him, number one. I'm big. Hey, 6'10", small forward, power forward spot, can shoot the ball. That shooting touch, he can really shoot the ball. Defensively, he's there. His self-creation definitely needs some work, but I think that'll come over time. But look, you're talking about a guy with upside whose game is there, who they can help you right away, especially beside a Trae Young too. You put him right there in the small forward, power forward spot. I think helps that team immensely, but also kind of the upside with him once he's able to kind of develop his own shot. Man, this guy could be 20, 25 a night with amazing defense. I think defensively he's already there. Defensively, I think
I don't see the upside you see with
You don't see the offensive upside, Mars? He can really shoot though.
I think he can shoot, and I think he's a solid switchable defender that the league wants at 6'9", 6'10".
Does floor matter?
I don't see self creation.
Does the floor of a prospect? Like, here's the thing. Like, I take a guy like, for instance, Stephon Castle, right? I'm like, what's the worst that this guy's going to be based on his prospect makeup, his measurements, etc. I think the worst thing he's going to be is like maybe a better version of
Chris Dunn.
Maybe Aaron. Maybe Aaron Nesmith, like a better version of that, but like with some point guard skills.
Shoot the ball.
So he's 6.
Stephon Castle he'll be able to shoot. I have a feeling
you're projecting the jumper to come around.
I project the jumper to come around because the rotations are right and the hand and his hand placement is right. And look, man, it's hard. It's hard as hell to project what's right and what's wrong. Is Cody Williams' jumper going to come around? Is he ever going to be able to transition on higher volume? Modest Bazelis, there's a lot of questionable jumpers in this draft, and there's a lot of snipers in this draft too. And it's just like, to me, it's like it's form repetition over time. Like, how broken is your jump shot and how smooth does it come off? Is it consistent? And I also look at free throw shooting, right? A lot of people say Nikola Jokic can't shoot. Flash those last 4 years, man. In Europe, he's shooting like 87% from the free throw line. That does have to count for something. I've never seen anyone shoot 87% from the line and just be a non-shooter.
He's nice.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a multitude of.
I think Nikola Jokic is the best guard prospect in the class.
He probably is. Like, honestly, he just got injured.
Yeah, he just got hurt.
I think he's still going top 3. Like, every draft part I see him, he's going top 3.
I think this is a draft where you draft on fit, not like the best player available is so. I think it's genuine.
There's a difference between drafting for fit, like, oh, we need a center, so let's go draft Zach Edey, versus this guy fits what we do as a basketball team, so let's bring him in and extend that, right? So I think, like, a lot of people just say, oh, you got to draft best player available. It's like, players don't develop in a vacuum, right? There's a lot of prospects that I'm thinking about, like a ton of prospects in NBA history that failed and everyone called them bums and whatever. And I'm like, bro, they wound up in the wrong situation. They're transition athletes. They're, spacing guys, and they're playing in like this very congested, slowed down offense. It's going to hurt them, right? So that's where I say, like, if exactly. So you run a lot of pick and roll, you got to have smart players who read out of that situation. If you have strong transition players, then have an engine that sparks that, or have a finisher that sparks that, Right. So I think Nikola Jokic, I'd be willing to bet he'd be a top 5 player in this draft long term if he can stay healthy. And Stephon Castle, I'm confident to say he'll be a top 5 player as well. I don't know either of those guys would be the best player, but I don't think they'd ever fall outside of the top 10. And that's where I'm like saying, like, upside versus floor.
Mars, you just brought up an interesting point about this draft being more fit than a franchise player, because James is probably not in this draft. Shaq is probably not in this draft. I'm not saying.
I can guarantee that.
But with that being said, I've always subscribed to the ideology that GMs, this is when they make their money. When drafts like this, where people aren't really paying a lot of attention to guys that you should be paying attention to. So prime example, I think, would be in 2013, that draft that produced CJ McCollum, that draft that produced Rudy Gobert, that draft that produced Giannis, because GMs are actually doing their homework with these guys. So for Atlanta to move down a couple of picks, I feel like the league is in a transition where it's getting bigger. And when I say getting bigger, Miles, I'm talking about on the front line where 5 men are becoming more prevalent. And when I say more prevalent, I mean defensively. So if we're doing that and we don't have a franchise player, because Penn, I keep hearing you say stuff like on the offensive end. I'm thinking more on the defensive end. And if I'm building my unit, if I'm going to keep Trae Young, well, what I can do is get a guy who is a damn good rebounder, who has the potential to be a damn good rebounder, good rim protector, good lob threat, who could potentially also score. So what about this big kid? What if we move down and we got this big kid Clingan? Is it Clingan?
It's Donovan Clingan.
Clingan from Connecticut, because I think he fits. Because number one, I think Atlanta does need to move on from
Clint Capella?
Clint. I do think.
For sure.
I think they need to move on from Clint Capella and get younger at the 5 spot. So if they do that, I mean, I feel like you're moving in the right direction, as opposed to looking to put Trae Young, looking to put another scorer with Trae Young. No, we gotta actually build our unit to fit what's actually been going on.
They got to trade down then, show. They got to. No way you can take Clingan in first overall. There's no way.
This right there is the problem with the draft. Right there. What you just said.
No, it's not though, Penn. You need the reason why it's not Penn is
not what you said. What Jalen said. He said we can't take this guy number one, and it's just
no
like
way.
that's the problem, though.
But if they're in a draft where there really is no number one,
why do you think Anthony Bennett went number one in 2013?
Cleveland didn't do their homework.
Yeah, Cleveland
did not do their homework.
That cannot possibly be true. 100%. But the truth, bro, they watched him for years.
No,
get someone on the record.
He wasn't even
they
that
watched
good
him.
UNLV. Like he was fine, but he wasn't even that
good. He wasn't projected.
The truth is, he resembled guys who probably they thought, like guys like Larry Johnson, right? He resembled something that looked like a first overall pick. You got to think of this like aesthetically. Who are the guys that bust at number one? And find me one guy who busted at number one who was small. They're all big, all of them. Michael Candy, big. Kwame Brown, big. No offense, I love Kwame Brown,
but guys don't get picked at number one.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but that's my point. Why do big guys bust so often at the top? It's because you have an archetype in your head of this guy looks like this guy. That's what you get in trouble with these drafts.
Wait, that was the era though too, where the big man was a little more prioritized. They just thought you put a 7-footer who could walk straight, have a little bit of skill.
Bro, look at how big. Yeah, but we're talking big players. Anthony Bennett is not a center, but he's a big player. Paolo Banchero, not a center, but he's a big player. I'm saying like big versus small. This concept of and then look at the guys who often get overlooked at the draft. This is all a matter of value. All of it. Giannis got overlooked probably because he's foreign and because he was raw, right? Jalen Brunson went into the second round because he's undersized. Draymond, undersized, older. So you start looking at older, undersized, foreign as a reason that you would flip. If I'm the Atlanta Hawks, I trade this pick down for 2 picks. Why? Because the first overall pick is a massive marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. Teams often sell. We got the number 1 pick. It usually spikes ticket sales. Sell it to a team that's a small market. Get 2 picks and maybe even a future pick. Gauge the value. Get out of this top pick unless you fall in love with somebody. If you fall in love with somebody, that's totally separate. Then pick them and roll the dice. But I don't think
you can get for a top pick in this draft, though.
That is the point. But it still has that bit of cachet that a number 2 or number 3 pick doesn't have. But I'm saying, like, you don't think like maybe New Orleans was like, we really like Ja Morant, but we'll really regret passing on Zion. You know what I mean? No, now you could argue both of them have been regrettable for different reasons, but Ja is a better player.
Yeah, there's certain pictures.
Zion's a better player than Ja.
Let's not even talk about this.
Yeah, so Zion's better than Ja, bro. We got
the point.
He's been deeper. So I'm just saying, like, it's happened a lot, right? So I think size is over prioritized, and this idea of you can't pick this guy because he's not a number 1 pick. That's my problem. In this draft, there is no number 1 pick. So just pick the best number 5 pick.
What do we think of Rob Dillingham?
Speaking of big center super chat saying Dillingham will be the best pro. I want to ask you guys on your opinion because I'm out on the business of 6'1" guards. Me personally, high in the draft, I'm out on it. The way the NBA is going, I don't see a world in which you've got a 6'1" guard who isn't going to be mismatch hunted in the postseason. And I'm looking at Rob Dillingham's offensive upside. Do I think he has the tools to be an offensive engine to the level of a Trae Young, who is that size, who you keep out there despite the deep? I don't think so. Do I think he can be that level of offensive player to where you're able to live with the defensive shortcomings he's inevitably going to have? I mean, personally, with a top 5, top 3 pick, if I'm Houston, if I'm the Wizards, if I'm the Hawks, with the Hawks, obviously, because they already got Trae. But if I'm the Spurs next to Wemby, me personally, I'm looking at other guards before I look at a Rob Dillingham. No fault of his own. I just think there's going to be a ceiling on a 6'1" guard with clear defensive shortcomings.
To paint this point like very well, here's a question for you. We were talking about all these top guys in this draft, right? Here's a question: where would these guys go in the previous draft?
That's
as prospects as they are right now.
Rob Dillingham, I think, would be like the 15.
Oh,
like I think 13.
He goes above Keon. You think he goes above Keontae George last year?
Are we saying with knowing what we know now, or where it was?
No, where it was then. Where it was then.
Okay.
Who's the first player from this draft that goes drafted in last year's draft?
I think it's 1,000% fair. I think everyone probably would agree with me. No one in this draft is going top 5. I think that's fair to say. Maybe Alex Sarr.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But looking at team fit, I don't think Detroit's taking another big. So personally, I think no one's going top 5. I think Amen is solidified. I think Scoot was obvious. Brandon Miller and Wemby is number 1 in every draft ever. So I think then you're looking at, do Orlando go with a big? Do they go Alex Sarr instead of Anthony Black?
Was Topic more hype last year?
Like,
yeah, he was.
It was a little more. Yeah, he was a little more. I think his hype kind of regressed this season.
He missed a lot of time. So I'm looking at. I think you're looking 6 onwards. Maybe Orlando would take Topic because they need an initiator instead of Anthony Black. I think 6 is probably the highest. I think anyone would go.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and that speaks exactly to my point. So it's like, would Anthony Black be a typical number 1 pick? Probably not. Would Asar Thompson be a typical number 1 pick? I think those guys are still big, right? They're still big for their size. Anthony Black's 6'6", Asar is like awesome, but imagine Asar being the number 1 pick instead of the number 5 pick. There's a lot more pressure with that, right? So I don't know. I see this draft as pretty flat. But when you go to pick 18, 19, it's the same. That's the same, and that's where the value is.
I'm Whitmore at 20, so
you lucked out with him, Oz. You definitely lucked out.
Well, I had come Whitmore number 5 on my.
Yeah, I did too. I had him.
I was sure he was going to Detroit. So the fact he kept falling,
crazy. Yes.
I ain't complaining. I had him as the 5th best prospect. So,
and to Penn's point, when you're talking about these high draft picks, well, I could like somebody and have the number 1 pick, but I don't like him at the number 1 pick. Danny Ainge proved that with Jason Tatum. That was his guy right from the beginning. He just didn't like him at number 1. He liked him much better at number 3. 1, I don't have to pay him as much. 2, the pressure of being the number 1 overall pick comes off of him now. So when you're talking about this draft, if Atlanta's got the number 1 overall pick, this big kid from UConn, the reason why I'm bringing him up, Moss, is I feel like if you're gonna hold on to Trey, you got to build a unit around him that's going to be conducive to what the NBA is today. The NBA looks like it's moving toward bigger guys, bigger defenders, bigger 5 men, and guys like that are going to be viable. This game isn't just going to be a bunch of 6'2" to 6'5" getting up and down the floor slashes. No, I don't think that's what the game is. So if you're going to build your unit around Trae Young, who's already a small guard, you better get some bigs who can defend. You better get some bigs who can rebound, and you better get some bigs who can protect the rim.
They're definitely done with Trae Young. They're not going to continue to keep Trae Young. He's not going to be there after this season coming up.
I think it depends how the season goes with their first pick. Yeah, because I think they're going to decide.
After a year after watching Cam Whitmore, would you take Cam Whitmore, the Cam Whitmore now? Would you take him number 1 in this draft?
I don't know if I take him number 1, but
one is crazy.
He's been pretty good.
One is not great. If you ask me, who do I think has a high upside, Cam Whitmore or Alex Sarr? I'm thinking about it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so that puts him in play. And also, I think Walker Kessler, in my opinion, is going to be based on what I know right now, is going to be a better pro than Donovan Clingan. He was projected, I'm not kidding, the day before the draft, he was projected to go 45th in that draft. He went in the 20s.
Somebody not doing their homework. They not.
They thought he would be slow, but he's so much more coordinated, man. I think what we saw at the combine yesterday was Donovan Clingan, and the shooting upside is not real. Shot 57% from the line. That's a problem. Yeah. So
we could work on that. We could fix that. That's not something.
Some people just like.
Some people can't shoot.
Yeah, some people just. Yeah, but that's the thing I've been trying to push.
Some guys can. Blake Griffin was not good at the stripe, but later on he got better at the stripe. Karl Malone was not good at the stripe when he first showed up. I think Karl Malone shot 55% his rookie season at the stripe. So these guys end up, we can't expect when they show up. And I've said this to you before, Penn, when we're talking about not just draft prospects, but also draft prospects, but rooks. I'm not a pro. I got pro potential. It's your job to teach me the pro game. You brought up a really interesting point about how these guys get in the wrong system and they end up getting ruined.
because they're with the wrong crew. They're not developing their game. They're not developing their strengths. Instead, they're playing them out of position, playing them somewhere where they shouldn't be, playing for a crew that they shouldn't be playing for. Thomas Robinson is the guy who comes to mind to me all the time. Sacramento wrecked him. Sacramento completely wrecked him.
Scal Labissiere, there's a lot of guys that Sacramento wrecked over the years. I will say this: look at OKC. OKC is the best example of development in recent memory, and what they did with Chet last year. Now, Chet has that Lisfranc injury. They have an option to shut him down for the year, but they kept teaching him. They kept communicating with him.
Right.
There are coaches in this league that when you're not playing, they're not talking to you for months. Straight up, no communication, no. Mark Daigneault met with Chet Holmgren. If I remember the story correctly, that someone told me, he met with him every week, and they had a one-on-one sit down about what Chet can do to get better, what he can. And he came into this season like he never missed a beat. But that's because he kept him ready. But imagine he went to some trash organization. I'm not going to name specifics because I'm not trying to get all those messages in my comments. But one of those organizations, maybe they don't do that with him. And so it's very easy to say, oh, this guy's a bust, that guy's a bust. But it's like, bro, your organization is a bust. You're a bust factory.
I agree with that. I think player development is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of players.
Miles, what do you think of this kid? Because I mean, again, I'm not going to stick on Bronny James, but what do you think of this kid Collier at USC?
Oh yeah, see him. I've done a 180 on him because early on in the season, when I wasn't respecting the value of strength in NBA players, I wasn't very high on Collier. The turnover problems, the athleticism didn't really stick out to me, like in terms of the speed and the agility. But now that I've done a 180 and I value strength highly in players now. Mm-hmm. He's one of the strongest guard prospects I've seen. It's ridiculous. Like his ability to push his way through screens on defense, his ability to bump people when he's driving to the rim, his ability to not get knocked off his path when he's driving.
Right.
That's all things that I think translate. He's not doing it to just little 18-year-old college kids. He's doing it to wings who are bigger than him, taller than him. And he's just physically imposing. Like I don't think he's the most explosive, but if you're able to stay on track on where you're trying to get to on the court, and his handle is tight enough, and I've seen progress in his decision-making, that I think that's a point guard that I like. Now, I don't think he's Nikola Jokic. I don't think he has a feel for the game like Nikola Jokic. I don't think he's as elusive as him.
Yeah.
But after that, I think, like, for me, if I had to rank guards, I'd say Jokic would be my number one. Stephon Castle would be my number two, but he's not a point guard. But Stephon Castle would be my number two. And then, like, Collier, Dillingham, Reed Shepherd would all be, like, in that next group, in my opinion.
You don't like Ron Holland?
I'd consider him a wing. But he's my number two prospect in the class.
I was just thinking because you're talking about strength.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. And that's why I want him in Houston. I'm praying we get him at 3. I know he doesn't fit in terms of shooting. I don't care. I want Ron Holland. That defense, that transition play, the knowing how Ime wants to play defense with switchability is something he really leaned into, especially when Sengun went down. Ron Holland, Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, Jabari. We've got the makings of something. Now, the shooting, major concern. Major. But I think I'm looking at best player available. I'm very anti Reed Shepherd at 3. Very, very against.
I'm not.
I'm so against it. I'm going to be very angry if it happens, and I think it's going to happen. But
you're going to rage quit on Houston and just go full time.
The more I think about it, I think that's a little bit too much for me to quit on Houston because of the pick. But I'd much rather us get Reese Shea, even though I don't really like Reese Shea.
Yeah.
And I want Ron Holland. I want Buzelis before I want Reed Shepherd.
Just watching the workouts yesterday, Penn, and I'm going to see you in a year, maybe 2 years down the line. You're wrong on Zach Edey. You are. You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong on
I'm not big on Zach Edey. I'm not big on Zach Edey.
I think Zach Edey's cool. I just don't think OKC is where he should go.
From the last time we talked about the draft, not yesterday, but last time I spoke to you when we talked about the draft, you had him in the same tier with Taco Fall.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'll admit it right now. We don't have to wait 2 years. I'm wrong as hell. I saw.
You believe in his shooting?
More every day. Look, I think it's good. It's good to admit when you're wrong early.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like I was very anti Paolo, which is a ridiculous take now that I think about it. I was also very anti Walker Kessler. I changed my mind within a few weeks
I dug him.
of watching them in summer league.
At Auburn, I dug him. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I had to change on Brandon Miller.
Look, when you have strong opinions, you're going to be right and wrong all the time. The important thing is to pivot quick. With Zach Edey, I'm in Canada right now. A lot of people here wanted the Raptors pick him with the top pick or whatever. They're like, 7'5". When I heard the arguments, I was like, these arguments are stupid. When I watched him play early, especially in his career, I thought he's going to really struggle. He has impressed me with how much better he's gotten throughout the years. He might actually play himself into like a lottery pick just because of how weak this draft is. But like a tail end lottery guy, he moved better. He moved better than Donovan Clingan yesterday, and that is scary because he is already the better offensive player. And I think a lot of people, they hone in on his post stuff because he's not that great a post player for a guy his size, and they maybe think of him like a little bit like Rudy Gobert in terms of like, if we can't give you the ball, and just have you kill, the other team. But I think they're maybe missing the screening and the rolling potential and his finishing potential, which is very, very solid. So as a change of pace, 15 minutes of drop big off the bench, that's value at 13th in this draft. But the team that drafts him over Yves Missi, someone should get fired.
I think he gets one off the floor. I think
13 in this draft, I think, is the Kings. I don't know if the Kings need him, but it's all about fit.
They could use. I don't know. They could use him, but I mean, there's a lot of guys in this draft. I feel like there's going to be someone in the teams that's going to pop, right? Like Dalton Connect. I feel like in the top 8, 9, people are going to overlook him because like he's older, but I think his floor is solidly rotation player.
I think Memphis might go and get him at 9, but I don't know for sure. But before we go, because Open Gym is next, my show, so go watch that. We're going to talk about the draft the whole 2 hours. So if any of you guys want to join Open Gym, Penn, Jalen, anyone, we're talking about the draft the whole 2 hours. So Void Century said, how do you guys feel about Kel'el Ware to Miami next to Bam at 15? I'm very high on Kel'el Ware. Very high.
I actually like Zach Edey.
That's a good fit too. I feel
like you can move Bam to the 4, which is his actual position. I love that.
Very anti-Zach Edey.
I love that.
Very pro Kel'el. I'm very pro Kel'el Ware. Yep. Anyway, I really like him. If he gets developed correctly, I know that like people have the motor issues. I think it's overblown, especially this year. I think at Indiana, I think his motor was actually pretty good.
Deron Holmes, man. Deron Holmes.
I think he was overexerted. Offensively. I think he was asked to do things. Goodbye, Chill. Thank you.
Take it easy, Chill.
I think he was overexerted offensively. I don't think he should have been forced to do everything he was asked to do this year. But in the right system, you got a very good player, in my opinion, in Kel'el Ware long term. So I'm very high on him. I don't know where he should go, but if you get him at 18, 19, 20, I think you got still. And before we go, G.I. Bam, Mike Conley, John Morant, Jalen Brunson, Steph, Kyrie, Van Vliet, Donovan Mitchell, Garland, the small guards are still here. My point isn't that small guards don't exist. My point is how many of them are good enough to where you can keep them on the court in the playoffs and they aren't giving back all of their value defensively. John Morant, Jalen Brunson, Steph, Kyrie, Donovan Mitchell are all so good offensively you can live with them. Do I think Rob Dillingham is going to get to that offensive level where you want him on the floor in the playoffs? I don't know. So that's where my concern is with Dillingham, especially as high in the draft as people are projecting.
He can't make up for it with his length like these other guys can. Like Spider Mitchell has like a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan. I mean, Rob Dillingham has small arms. I think he's better as
a 6-man off the bench.
That I wouldn't be surprised if that's the role he fills, and that doesn't mean I think he's going to be the 6th best player on his team.
No,
I just think in terms of playoff minutes, I don't know where they come in the team that's trying to compete.
I don't know if he's going to be better than Bones Highland next year.
I was thinking like Norman Powell type. We'll see.
That's
but we are ready.
Norm's 6'3", 6'11" wingspan, bro. All right,
we are ready to go. So thank you guys for watching. Open Gym will be on playback. Go over there. We're going to be talking about the draft. We're going to do a mock draft. We're going to do everything you can imagine. So thank you guys for watching. W host, by the way, from me. Merry Christmas, guys. Have a happy New Year too.
Yes, sir.
There we go.